Hey, what's up, everyone? Zach D Productions here. Just thought I'd come out with another live stream. I think the last one I did was when I was outside of Salazar's building from X Ray, which hasn't been that long ago, but it's kind of been a bit since I've last done a live stream. There's just been a lot that's been going on in my life, so it's crazy, man. Lots of craziness going on. Hey, what's up, J Dog? Welcome. Dead Yellow, hello. Enderman Gaming, what's good? Not much. I just thought I'd come out with a live stream. So you're tired of yelling at Sean. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, with Sean, it's like I don't know what to do with him. You know, he can believe all the delusions all he wants, but do it over there away from me. You know. How have thanks, man? Um, I guess you mean how have things been? Things have been kind of to be honest, which I'll talk about probably more in the live stream here. I haven't joined your live stream in a while. Yeah, I think it's been quite a bit, Enderman. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. Sean is a Kamala Harris supporter. She is a god to him. Yeah, probably. But hey, she's a woman. And? What's your point? But yeah, I actually might uh, invite Ty here. Hopefully he's available. Yeah, Cole, you can join. Um, I'll send the link out in a little bit. Oh, oh, that's good, Dead Yellow. That's good. Hey, Shadow Gamer. There's Ty, Junebug Films, where I just ended my stream for you. You're cool, man. That I had my stream for you. I love you, Zach. Yes, homo. uh, I'll I'll send the stream to the StreamYard link to you through email if you want, Ty. Hey, what's up, Christian? Pirate Gaming, hello. Kamala's from my state, California. Oh well, that's a deal breaker right there. When the Democrats brought it to its knees. Yeah, this is fun. Oh, cool. These girls never learn. Yeah, yeah. What can you do? You have dumb Irish luck with phone. Hopefully, Mama will order one tonight, and I'll have it hopefully by Saturday. Okay, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, because it's more convenient to text you. Hey, what's up, Sonia? How's it going? All right, so oh, you like joining this stuff? This is your second time. Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I have not seen the new Deadpool movie yet. I actually might see it soon in theaters. I heard it's really good though. Cool that a lot of people are joining. Yeah, for sure. Oh crap! I don't know how I'm gonna send this to All right, just give me a second, guys. All right, I'm here. Yeah, you can go ahead and send it. Yep, I just sent it. I'll send it to you too, Cole. Don't worry. I just want Ty to get here first. Deadpool and Wolverine roast makes fun of stupid woke media. Hokies are crying and I'm happy. I have fun with it. Yeah, and isn't it funny how that movie is doing actually well? Because, regardless of what these retards want to say, you know, woke media does not do as well. That's just the fact. Nobody wants to see that crap. Hey, what's up, Ty?
Oh, not much. I'm assuming we were talking about woke media with the Olympics, or what?
With Deadpool and Wolverine, basically what Cole said.
Okay. Well, no, I was just like, did you hear about the transgender that fought a woman in the Olympics?
I heard something about the Olympics, like them like mocking the last feast or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, they did that, but they allowed boxing, which, let's face it, boxing is a very physical sport. And any woman that wants to do that, hey, they are.
You have to be really tough.
But women cannot fight men. There was a man that fought a woman in the Olympics and knocked her out within 2:45 seconds in two punches and almost murdered her.
Oh wow.
And I got to hand to this woman, from what I've heard, she's actually speaking up, calling it unjustifiable. And this person, like, I'm like, is this what the liberals want to see? I have to address it, because it's like, is this what they want to see? Somebody get murdered?
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Like, like I said, Zach, you and me both have solved this problem. Let's just see it. Trans sports, right? Let's have both of them compete. Men and women who are trans compete in the same sport, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be progressive about this,
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a disaster, people can then who
Then
are
so be it.
people
That's
who
their
support,
problem.
yeah, people who support it then can see what a disaster it is, and then it's like, oh, maybe this wasn't such a good idea, and then we can be like, yeah, see, we told you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
And
let's.
and what do you think about all this stuff like the left calling the right weird? Like,
What what what
I don't
what
think you're exactly in a position to be calling
what
anybody
what,
weird
what
with
did you hear?
those
Did you
15
hear?
hair colors.
Well, didn't you see my community tab about it?
I did not. I'll have to check it out.
Let's go. I just said I'm proud to be weird. I
Yeah.
mean, if that's the worst, okay. If that's the worst, I say this with love for JD Vance. If that's the worst they could sit there and say the Forrest Gump of vice president, then whatever. It's like, it would, like, and Republicans aren't. I'm going to bash my own party here.
Yeah.
Republicans, though, we need to just have this fearlessness that, it's like, guess what? Yeah, I'm weird, and you're weird too. Let's be weird together, right?
Yep. But I just think it's funny how they're calling everybody else weird, yet they believe that there's more than two genders and that men can get pregnant. It's like you have no room to be calling anybody weird.
Oh no, I hear you, but no, it's like, if that's all you got, bring it on.
right?
I mean, because
Stupid.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Cole?
yeah. So, no, what do you think about this whole call about the whole Olympics thing? It's about, because that's what I was going to address before Zach went live. About the man boxer who almost murdered a woman in
The
the boxing.
fuck?
I'm not even, I'm not even,
Daniela said she wasn't trans. I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
okay, I'm just relaying what I was told. Okay. So I'm just
Yeah.
relaying what I was told. So this is the news I was told. Okay. So keep it with a grain of salt for now until we get more information. Okay. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was from what I was told, there was a trans boxer who was somebody who identified as trans, who identified as a woman, and fought another woman in the boxing ring. And keep in mind, this was a woman with a dick.
Oh boy.
Who knocked out a woman in 45 seconds in 2 punches and almost murdered her. Like, listen, Zach and I had the biggest progressive thing. Why don't we have trans sports? And if it's a disaster, then they can see it firsthand what a disaster it would be, right?
Yeah.
So let's be progressive about it. Let's have trans sports. And honestly, here's my thing. If you know what, honestly, I want to do here, if the Olympics are going to be woke and not fun anymore,
Yeah.
you know what I've decided to do when Junebug Films becomes big? I want to have field day. You know what I mean? Basically, every 4 years, we'll compete with the Olympics. If we fail, fine. But you know what? It's like if the Olympics are going to, if the media is going to continue to be, woke in the wrong way, because woke means culturally aware. You're not being culturally aware. Woke basically means culturally aware to all.
Yeah,
that
but
includes white people.
right. I was about to say, because it's all just been a big middle finger to white people.
Exactly. That is so, and I'll celebrate everyone, because we are all Americans. We're not America. Yes, is a country, that was founded on and yes, there are many examples of when we failed, not freedom to all. But why can't we just have freedom to all right now? Like, basically, if you look at as far as the country, we're basically in our teenage rebellion. Is how I look at it. So let's bring forth freedom to all. And I've told Zach privately. People have said that how I'm kind of even at 31 years old, I sometimes talk a bit like a politician. I don't know. When I'm in my 60s, ask, and if I make it, because one of the reasons why I want to start my own company is because people in my males in my family don't live that long. We are honestly lucky if we make it to 70. But when I make it past 70, you know what?
Yeah.
I might consider running for president.
Yeah.
might consider it. And guess what? I'll be a Teddy Roosevelt Republican, because I'm for expansion for this country. I want to own Canada. I want to own Mexico. I want to own South America. I want the United States of America to be Rome. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a good idea.
Let's get more people in this country. Let's get this expansion that we need. And let's sit there and show that, hey, America is still number one.
America. Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I know I do know one person I'll have in my cabinet. And I know what I'm gonna what job I'm going to give him. Zach, what would you think of Fabio as Secretary of Defense?
Not a bad idea.
Exactly. Now,
Hey, what's up, Max?
Because Fabio just quite, he just doesn't quite fit, vice president. But Secretary of Defense and making deals with our foreign enemies? Yeah.
I don't see why not.
So, no, I've thought about it, and hey, maybe by that time we'll have like bulletproof hats, so if somebody wants to shoot me, then, they're going to have a hard time trying. So,
yeah, it's crazy. That's something that you have to consider.
Yeah, well, I don't even. And the fact that I keep saying it, but look at the picture of the guy. He looks like Beavis.
He does. I even looked at a picture. He does look like Beavis.
It's like I could just see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I could just see Butthead sitting there. Damn it, Beavis! You shot the president. Whoa! And you missed. You fart knocker. Zach, you're good at making memes. Can you make that into a meme?
Yeah.
Just have a picture of Beavis and then a picture of that guy. It's like, oh my gosh, he looks like Beavis.
Yeah.
Like I just, every time I see him now, I just can't stop laughing because it's like, we live in, like, at least Lee Harvey Oswald looked like, I mean, if we believe Lee Harvey Oswald really shot JFK, at least Lee Harvey Oswald looked like a punk. This guy looks like Beavis,
Yeah.
idiot. Like other people who are famous assassins. They look like a punk. This guy just looks like a idiot.
Yeah, well, Andrew, there's still people retarded enough out there that would be like, well, she's a woman, so automatically has my vote.
My grandma, who became a flip-flopper. I love you, Grandma. But she sits there and said how they weren't she said she was going to vote for Donald Trump. And then all of a sudden it's Kamala Harris running in. It's like,
oh my gosh.
She's greatly qualified. I sit there, name 5 qualifications. Number 1 is she said she's a woman. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Being a woman does not make you a good president.
Exactly.
People just want to make history. That's all. Like the first woman president. Who cares?
Listen, people have asked me, would you vote for a woman as president? My sister asked me. I said, yeah, if I feel that they're right for the country.
It would depend.
And honestly, like I don't know if we've necessarily had a woman president that, I mean, I would have to do research on the women who would have made a good president that have ran, because there have been women that have ran besides Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I would have to do my research and see if I like either candidate. But,
yeah, like I said, it would just depend.
Exactly. I mean, because I don't, and plus, I've never voted Democrat, but I would if I felt the person was right. So.
Yeah. Also, another thing, Ty, how you feel about Spider-Man as a character is how I feel about Aquaman, and I don't think Jason Momoa is a good Aquaman. You know who I think would have been a better Aquaman?
Who?
Alan Richardson from the Jack Reacher show.
Funny, because he actually played Aquaman.
Oh, he
Really?
did?
Yeah. In Smallville.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, what's up, Rage Master?
I've never seen that show. I've heard it's good, though.
I
heard the first 5 seasons were good, and then I heard it went to crap after that.
I would say, from what I've seen, I haven't seen like all the show. From what I've heard, and from what I've seen, I'm gonna say this. I think it's a little overhyped. Like I think.
Wait, what show is that?
Smallville.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Hey, oh, that's cool, Max.
Yeah. Well, hey, well, boy, if someone shows up in here, Zach, he's gonna sit there and say a whole bunch of stuff to us, and make his point.
I don't know.
Um,
Do you think Army Hammer could be a good Aquaman?
Well, yes, I think he would. I think.
Do you think he would have been a good Batman?
I don't know. Like,
From that canceled Justice League Mortal movie.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. Like, hey, Zach.
yeah.
Hint, hint, hint. I think Army Hammer would make a really good Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because guess what? Come on, dude. You're talking you. And
Again, wasn't he accused of biting someone's ear off, being a cannibal or something?
No, he was accused of being a cannibal. And like, if you read the text messages, okay, Cole and Zach, if you're flirting with your girlfriends and you sit there and say, "I'm going to eat you," do you literally mean that you're going to eat them?
No.
And then she sits there, makes a comeback at you. Oh, look at you, you cannibal! And then you sit there. Oh, I'm 100% a cannibal. like, come on.
It's obviously sarcasm.
This is dirty talk. Like, Army Hammer was getting accused of a thing that every guy in the entire universe, I'm sure even aliens, have dirty talk. Like, he got accused of having dirty talk. I'm guilty of having dirty talk with women.
Yeah.
Everyone is. If you're not, you are lying. And so, it got to, and you, I hope you're happy. I'll sit there and say her name because it's public. Paige Lorenzo, I hope you're happy because you almost ruined a guy's life to the point where he wanted to commit suicide. And sorry, Zach, this is demonetized now because I said suicide, right?
I wasn't monetized anyway.
Exactly. So but then what saved him is he sit there and saw his kids. He didn't do it in front of his kids, but he saw a vision of his kids and couldn't do it as he walked into the ocean. So I hope this bitch is happy that she did that to a father who was loving, to the point where this guy, that he had to be on this watch list, okay, if he was a capable enough father. And his daughter, who was being potty trained, he couldn't even take his daughter to go to the bathroom.
That's just sad, man.
It is.
That is sad that you had to put him through that. Honestly, if you're that evil,
you need capital punishment. That's what I've always believed for people that make false accusations.
Like, honestly, I will sit there and say this: it needs to be a new amendment to the Constitution right now. If you commit, say, false information and accuse somebody and go to the authorities with false information on social media and go on a rampage, basically, then you will be held accountable for perjury. And basically, we will also hold, basically, for what you accuse him of, that's what we will add to your punishment. So basically, perjury is like 90 days in jail, pretty much, roughly.
All right, that sounds like a fair punishment,
depending on state. But then if you sit there and accuse somebody of, other crimes that we're not going to sit there and say what everybody has accused everybody of, and we know what words I'm thinking of. Then basically, okay, with that 90 days, we'll sit there and give you, like, honestly, I'm going to sit there and say this: it should be, in order to make people shut up and do not accuse people of false information, then honestly, you need to put fear into them a little bit, and you need to sit there and say, okay, well, if you're going to commit false information out there online and go on this, social justice warrior thing, and we find that it's false, yeah, guess what? You're going to get 150 years. Give them fear a little bit. Like 150 years. Hey, if you actually make that, awesome. You'd be the oldest person in the world, but kind of a waste of life if you spent it all in prison, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I say, because this needs to stop. Because people's lives are getting ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love Jeff Bezos when he sit there and they threatened to leak his nude photos at a conference or something because he tried to make a deal. Oh, we're going to leak nude photos. He unzips his pants.
Oh my God.
And pulls his pants down, spreads his arm out, and sits there, says, "Go ahead."
What the fuck?
Well, he did that to sit there and say he doesn't care. Like, say what we want about Jeff Bezos and Amazon, but we need that type of fearlessness in business. Like they even did that with Melania Trump. Like, they leaked Melania's nude photos one time, and then because she's a model.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump sits there and says, "How do you feel about your wife's nude photos being leaked?" He sits there, "I don't care. I get to see it every day." I mean, I'm like, yeah. So you have to show them you don't care, and show them the fearlessness because Zach, he's not subscribed to your channel, but guess what? Because the one person that doesn't like me, that's friends with Eric, he made the video about me.
Oh, about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, because he says, "Oh, Junebug or Ty," as I like to be called Ty. Junebug is the name of the company, so please, Ty. He says,
right.
"Oh, Junebug." So it's like I've made it clear I want to be called Ty. Says he can never admit when he's wrong. So then what did I do? I made a video. I was wrong.
Yep.
And guess what? He deleted the video. So then I deleted the video. It's like, dude,
stupid. It's all
these idiots never learn.
We live in clown world.
Uh-huh.
Cole, we live in idiocracy.
Yes, we do. That movie's basically a documentary now.
Cole, I refuse to live in idiocracy. Why do you think I'm trying to change it with Junebug Films?
So the world doesn't go to crap like Idiocracy, where there are mountains of garbage.
Yes, because I refuse. I refuse to live in idiocracy. Listen, I mean, I know my room right now. I mean, if I showed you guys, it is not clean. Because
neither is mine.
But I have a lot of stuff that I've collected over 31 years. But listen, I'm pretty sure when I move out, there's going to be a lot of okay, that could be thrown away. You could throw that away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or you could sell this, you could sell that.
Exactly. So I'm just going to sit there and say, and plus, I'm trying to, I even sit there and said, that animator that I really wanted for my animated film, I don't know if it's going to happen with him. So I kind of made a decision. I'm going to do it myself, but I can't speak, but because I can draw somewhat, I can at least draw good enough backgrounds. But I think what I'm going to do is just do cutout animation.
Okay.
Sort of kind of like South Park is the best modern example, but before Walt Disney, that's what they used to do. So, you know, it's going to be cutout animation. So it's stuff that, guess what? So basically, I'm going to be doing it myself with stop motion. Ugh.
Yeah.
Gosh. But you know what? It's because I want to make actual family entertainment for the family right now because, people
are tired of this woke stuff.
And people are turning their backs on Nickelodeon. And people are
rightfully so because of Dan Schneider and all this other crap.
And people are turning their backs on Disney and Cartoon Network. So I'm like, well, I mean, isn't it sad that the #1 cartoon show, is done in Australia.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Bluey.
Oh,
And like the worst thing about Bluey that they got in trouble for is fat shaming because the dad wanted to go on a diet. I'm like, how is that fat shaming? That's a good thing.
Idiots.
Like, it's if that's the worst you got, then come on. Like, listen, there are some people that I have to wonder if they're just too far gone. But the people but I think we still have a chance to save Generation Alpha, the ones that were born during the babies that were born during COVID. And here's the other thing I don't get. Like, don't you think COVID would have had an increase of babies being born?
Yes.
Why is
yeah,
it?
you would think.
Why didn't it? Like, oh, I'm home alone with my wife. Hey babe, you want to do it? like, do these people not love their wife or something or what? You know, like,
Yeah, well,
like we're at a world where like we have less babies now. Like, how does that not make any sense? How do you go within a year of being at home and not doing it with your wife that you love, hopefully?
yeah, I don't know.
Like, oh well, yeah, oh well, you could stir. Oh, but the kids were home. Okay, come on. You realize how that's never stopped parents before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, you know.
Yeah, well, like, guess what? Sometimes, oh, mommy and daddy, oh, the door is shut. Don't go in. Don't go in there.
Yep. Don't
Yeah.
open the door.
Also, I sent one of my friends, he has a YouTube channel, Epic-tastic Joshua, or Joshua Drake Randall. He lost respect for Chris Stuckman, not for the reasons that you sent me the video of, but he just didn't care for his critique anymore. And then I sent him that video today, and he's like, "Oh wow, damn, he's so much worse than I thought."
Yeah. Hey, Cole, who was that creepo YouTuber that that sent you a text message about how he likes little girls apparently?
Carlos, I blocked that guy.
Yeah. What was his YouTube name?
I think Carlos Woomer, but I don't remember offhand.
Okay. Well, that's just like, dude, what the heck? Like, you know, like, here's my thing that I've heard my mom's boyfriend has talked about this. How he says he's not going to be surprised at this point since they start adding letters to LGBTQ.
Yeah.
He says he would be surprised at some point if they put a P at the end for that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And
just give it 10, 20 years. It'll happen.
And if if they do that, I mean, they're done.
Yeah.
Because if anybody is for that, then I'm going to sit there and say,
you need a whooping.
well, I will sit there and say, you know, as a Christian, I can't really say this, but I think because Jesus whipped you guys out with whips, I think it's justifiable. I will sit there and say, go to hell.
Yep.
I mean, what is, like, why do people want to live in idiocracy is my question, right, Cole?
Yeah, like these woke tards, like they do realize they're the reason why times have gotten worse.
Oh yeah.
Like, at least Cole, like, why do you think, you know, you're the youngest one here, so you should be all for this woke stuff. Do you think it's just good parents, or do you think you just you realize that it's just stupid?
Maybe it's a factor of both.
You know, because Cole's the younger one here out of all of us. So,
right,
like, theoretically, he should be the most liberal out of all of us, right? But, like, what do you think it is, Cole? Just good parents, or just stupid? And do you really just think it's a factor of both?
I honestly think it's a factor of all the above.
Well, and here's my thing, too.
I think it's a part of just fitting in, to be honest.
Well, and here's my thing too. I was my dad and my mom. I mean, I love my dad and mom, but like, I don't want to use this term, but like, I always kind of gravitated towards my grandparents, and especially my grandpa up in South Dakota, who I felt extremely close to. My dad's father. And he was born in 1935, so he was like literally the last part of the Greatest Generation. And I always kind of felt like it kind of made me think about a marketing term for myself, besides, bringing back the magic of Junebug Films, bringing back the magic of the movies, shooting for the stars. At Junebug Films, we're not sheep, we're not dragons. But then to something for myself. Ty, Romulus Night Rider, the last of the Greatest Generation. Because I really feel that way. And, because I'm like, man, this country, if we want the ideals that our forefathers wanted, they wanted us to continue to fight for liberty. Like, one of the things they always sit there saying, oh, Thomas Jefferson and George Washington owned slaves. Okay, yes, but both of them, they might have owned it, but like, think about it. A lot of them owned plantations back in the day. And Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, what is not talked about, because I read this in a book. It was in a book called The Life and Times of George Washington.
Okay.
And and it talked about how George Washington, now he had a lot of slaves, but George Washington actually did try to make an effort to pay his slaves. Now, because he had so many, he was a pretty wealthy man, but he could not afford to pay all of them. But he at least made an effort to.
Yeah.
And then when he died, it was in his will that the slaves will take his name, because George Washington did not have any children, and he will sit there, and he freed all of them. And so I'm like, you know what? And Thomas Jefferson, I mean, listen, you weren't there. You were not there when people accuse him of, because Thomas Jefferson really loved his slaves. And one of them he had a few kids with. So, but now people are accusing Thomas Jefferson of non-consensuality. Like, you weren't there. You cannot accuse him of that.
Right.
We don't know for sure. Thomas Jefferson, though, believed also that, he did believe that slavery would die out. But at this time, it's a battle that will continue.
Yeah.
Because they knew that they could not end it at that time. Okay? So it's like, and that's one of the things that a lot of those people believe, that sits there says, if we continue to be free, freedom always comes with a cost. We must continue to always fight for our freedom, and not, and because that's the biggest problem right now, is that basically we have become too tolerant. We have sat there and said, oh, well, the government's going to handle it. No,
not at all.
We have become a lot of Christian, even good Christian, Americans have become too tolerant. So my thing is, you still got to stand up. Don't sit there. Like, if somebody sits there and cancels you for telling the truth, okay, let them.
Yeah, they can try.
Yeah, because what is going to happen? Like, why?
You want to cancel me for having such normal worldviews and thoughts? Ooh.
Who knows? Maybe Jack Black saw the video I made of him and got upset and reported it. Maybe he did.
Well, maybe Kyle Gass did it too. Because remember, Kyle Gass was the one that did it. Hey, we were reporting what we were told at first, okay?
Right.
And at first, the headlines, so I blamed the media for that one. They did say it was Jack Black. And besides, guess what? Like, you're actually kind of the fact that Kyle Gass. Well, first of all, his name is Gas, so that should just say it all, right?
Right.
Right.
I mean, I would hate to. I would hate to see what his farts smell like if he stinks that bad at comedy.
Right.
I would sit there and say this. I would, if I was Jack Black, I would fire Kyle Gass because Jack Black, if Jack Black wanted to, I actually think Jack Black could actually put out a good rock album.
Yeah.
And I would just say fire Kyle Gass and then get a new guitar player, get a band, like get a few session players, and then Tenacious D reboot next album, right?
Yeah. I
And
guess
there you go.
And then put out this kick-ass rock album. Like if you sit there hear his cover of Ronnie James Dio's, he did a Ronnie James Dio tribute album. Jack Black can actually sing. And like how rock and roll would that be? You sit there, fire Kyle Gass, and then put out what, like, if you guys are the greatest rock band in the world, as you guys claim, prove it. Let's put out. How about you go put out the actual real rock album instead of a comedy rock album, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tomorrow I'm busy. I might just have to send the paid request for Fabio to react to that as a live stream this Sunday or Monday next week.
Wait, what is it?
So remember how I said I'm planning on sending Fabio and Matt as a paid request to react to that video Fury, the film fan, did exposing how much of a piece of crap person Chris is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to request them that this Friday. Maybe I still will, but it depends on how busy we are.
Well, and see if Fabio, what I would do is see if
Well, it
Fabio,
doesn't take that long to send a request.
Yeah, but we'll see if Fabio, like, Fabio is willing to. See if you can, whatever you're going to send him, see if he'll just react to both. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In like one video too. You know, like, yeah, it'll be a long video, but like with Fabio, like you just have to be reasonable. Like, let's just say like $10 for that video, you know?
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, yeah, that would be like roughly about an hour and 10 minutes. What, an hour, like almost a 2-hour video for Fabio. But especially if you can do it as a live, Fabio actually would probably be willing to do it then, you know?
Yeah, and that's stuff that people need to know about because now look, I'll be honest, Chris Stuckman, he was the first movie reviewer I found, and I liked his content when I found him in 2018, but then around 2 years later, I kind of got bored of him, thought, oh, this guy isn't really that good anymore. And then the whole Madam Web controversy, I'm like, this guy's a phony. But then after you told me to watch that video, I double lost that respect.
Well, honestly, here's my thing. I will go this far with Chris Stuckman. You know, now I would sit there and have more guidance rules with this. If I ever made this video, I probably will never make this video. But like, besides the YouTubers who openly commit a crime, I think the worst YouTubers are those fake animal rescue YouTubers, because those are the worst YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the worst YouTubers besides those people
are the manipulators.
I will sit there and say Chris Stuckman is number one after seeing that video. Because listen,
Zach, did you watch that video I sent you on it yet? It's insane.
I haven't gotten around to it yet.
So, here's my thing too. Here's the other thing. Okay. Well, do they, I don't know. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. The only thing I know about Jehovah's Witnesses is my aunt is one. But do they not teach Jehovah's Witnessry? I don't even know if that's a word, but I made it up.
Cole, didn't you say they contacted his that campus where he?
Yeah.
The Jehovah's Witnesses
so Fury of the Film Fan, he contacted the Jehovah's Witness, and they told Fury, what Fury had been experiencing, that Chris had a chip on his shoulder, and that they were trying to cope with his problems. And it wasn't like, remember how Chris said in the video it was the Jehovah's Witness holding him back? Well, that was a lie because Chris was holding himself back, which is why he had a problem with that video because it only told half the truth and a lot of people were lied to.
Well,
Oh, I see.
well, the other thing that I was wondering too, it's like you also had that one woman that you sat there and said, "Oh, you're just trying to get views for your sex appeal, and you're showing too much cleavage." Like, dude, I like listen. I objectify women and everything else. I'm a heterosexual male like anybody, but I am never ever gonna say that to a woman's face.
Right.
Like,
and here's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing,
just
like,
ridiculous.
here's the thing.
like
Chris Stuckman did not do this on camera, and the online persona that people think he's a nice person, his online persona is not who he is, as he's a manipulator. And Jeremy Johns, he even complained to Fury, because Fury was a reliable source because he knew Chris personally. He worked with Chris Stuckman, the Flick Pick, Jeremy Johns, the Schmoes Knows, and stuff like that. And all of them came complaining to Fury that Chris was a problem. Like, Jeremy Johns felt like Chris was copying his editing style and videos, and even Fury tried to warn them, like, this is who he is, a manipulator, a gaslighter, just someone you don't want to work with. And they didn't believe him. I mean, why do you think Flick Pick hasn't been on any of Chris Stuckman's videos in 8 years? That's why.
And the other thing too is like I think that from what I've heard too, well, oh gosh, I don't remember who it was. I will try my best to find it if the video is not deleted. But I remember, an interview.
Of course.
An interview Chris Stuckman did with another YouTuber, and I'm like, oh, this is not Chris Stuckman, because he sits there like he had this like smirk on his face,
What?
like he had this like arrogantness in this. This was like a few years back, like I'm talking like 2016. I'll have to sit there and see if it's still there, but like if it is, he had this like smirk on his face. It's just like,
Yeah, I do, Shadow Gamer.
there's something about this guy. And like I don't know, like I can always sit there and tell. I've always been able to. I always had this strange feeling about Chris. Like,
And your suspicions turned out to be true because of the video Fury did.
yeah, well, that suspicion has always come true. Even in my real life. Okay, like I told my mom, like a pharmacist, okay, that she worked with. She said, I just said I have a strange feeling about him. And she sits there and says, "Oh, Tyler, don't worry. He's fine. He's just an eccentric guy." Okay, well, guess what happened to him? Him and his wife got a divorce.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Well, no. Him and his this is a guy in my personal life.
Oh,
I was gonna say, look at how well that statement aged.
okay.
Well-
I thought you were referring to Chris Stuckman.
Well-
That would have been something.
Well, hold on here. So, anyway, what ended up happening then was they found in his attic in a trap door, might I add. First of all, why do you have that in your house?
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of absurd.
Let's just put it this way. Let me censor a little bit, but you guys don't know what I was sitting there saying. He had a lot of cornos.
Oh God.
And
Wow.
it's just like, wow, I am not surprised. Like, it's like, have you guys ever experienced that? It's like you had this strange feeling about somebody in your personal life, and then it's like, oh, I'm not surprised.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Also, Junebug, remember how you said you always had a suspicious feeling of Chris from the beginning? For me, a YouTuber that I always had a suspicious feeling from the beginning, and then I can't remember what the hell the name of the YouTube channel was, but there was some YouTube channel. They did like a 56-minute video exposing how much of a piece of crap this person is.
Yeah.
I always had a feeling that something was off about SS Sniper Wolf, and then I don't remember the name of the channel, but there was one YouTube channel that did like a 56-minute video called SS Sniper Wolf, A History of Lies, where they expose how terrible of a person she's been throughout the years.
Yeah. Well, I always had a suspicious feeling about her, but then it's like, I will admit a lot of that was the biasness because I did find her attractive. And then, like, did you guys ever see the guy she dated?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy, man.
No. The guy she dated, like,
He looks like a bum or something.
yeah, he looked like a guy, like this guy. He looked like a homeless bum who was fat. And listen, I am fat too, but I've actually lost a lot of weight. And I swear, he always wore white T-shirts. And at least Brian, when he wears a white T-shirt, his T-shirts are clean. I swear, this guy always had a spaghetti stain on his T-shirt. Like, it's like you, like
That's insane.
like you, like she was incredibly attractive. She could do a lot better than that guy.
It's funny because I saw a YouTuber react to that, and he's like, "Really? That's your boyfriend? I think there's a better chance that aliens are real."
Well, I have a theory with her. I think she was such a manipulator that she basically just used that guy to get sex.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, oh, here, play video games for me, and I'll play them.
Okay. Yeah, that is a little weird, but
because
Yeah.
she's a fake gamer.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I will admit that I still.
I mean, I cannot say I mean, after learning the truth I did about Chris this year, I can't say I'm too surprised that she would lie and manipulate about stuff like that. I can't say I'm too surprised that anyone else would.
Yeah. Well, no, we live in idiocracy now. By the way, Andrew.
Maybe not quite as bad as that, but pretty close.
By the way, Andrew, how would you like to invest in Zach's next movie? Assuming he can get some of the comic books, right? Because I'm trying to get Zach to do a Shadow movie. Because we could shoot it next year, release it for 2026, and then Zach can do a dark, like a really gritty version of the Shadow. Which, Zach,
The Shadow needs a new movie.
there might. I need to do some further research. We need to do really further research. We do need to contact a copyright lawyer to sit there and see what characters do go public domain for the Shadow and what don't. Like, it might just be we have to do like a murder mystery with only the Shadow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Somebody's backstage. What the? Oh, never mind.
Is it the Invisible
You don't
Man?
want to know. You don't want to know, Ty.
The Invisible Man.
Oh, is it Shithead?
No, it's.
Is it Fabio Stroll Shitstain?
I'll put his name in the chat.
Dead Yellow?
No.
Punk Agent? Oh, Quinn?
Who's Quinn? Is he as bad as some of Fabio Stroll's?
No, he's more just a nuisance.
Should I get him in here or?
It's as long as he behaves.
All right, Quinn. You have the floor.
Hey, how's it going, guys? What's up?
All right.
Hey.
The ceiling?
So right on target. Guess what video I'm going to request Fabio to react to soon?
What's up? What you gonna request?
It's a bit of a different video. So I'm going to give a little backstory first. So you know how a lot of people called out Chris Stuckman on his BS this year for not reviewing Madam Web and not criticizing it?
I vaguely remember that. I didn't give a shit enough about that to really look into it.
However, there's this YouTuber, Fury of the Film Fan. He did 2 videos. They were like 43 minutes roughly each. He worked with Chris Stuckman personally, and he exposes the fact that Chris Stuckman is a piece of crap, manipulative person. Like, you want to hear some of the bad stuff he did off camera?
I mean, sure.
Jeremy Johns complained to Fury the Film Fan that he felt like Chris Stuckman was copying his editing style, and Chris Stuckman wrote a letter to a female reviewer on YouTube saying that you show too much cleavage and that you only use it for sex appeal and that you're not a real critic and stuff like that. And that person is still dealing with that 12 years later, still having problems with that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but we let's be honest here. We've all said shitty things online to people. We have. I guarantee you everyone here has. So are we going to what's the statute of limitations on saying something shitty to someone online?
Oh, but this gets worse. Do you want to hear what else he did really bad?
Yeah, let's have something with meat.
Yeah, but Chris.
So remember when Chris Stuckman did that video on like a Jehovah's Witness?
You mean Javahos?
Yeah, but yeah, Fury the Film Fan, he contacted, the people who raised Chris as a Jehovah's Witness at like the church, and basically they said that and Fury says in the video that I contacted them and that they said what I had experienced, that Chris had a chip on his shoulder and that, that Chris was holding himself back and that they tried working with the issues, which is why he had a problem with the video Chris Stuckman did of a Jehovah's Witness, because it only told half the truth and a lot of people were lied to. And like FlickPick, he treated FlickPick like crap. That's why you don't see them in videos anymore. And Jeremy Johns, like I said, complained that Chris was copying his editing style. And Chris Stuckman is a manipulator, gaslighter, does all of his terrible stuff off camera and in camera that no one sees. And Chris Stuckman lied about being suicidal to get sympathy.
Okay, that does suck. But what is the thing about the Jehovah's Witness thing, though, again? Because I didn't quite understand that. That seemed like a lot of vague therapy speak to me.
Because he did, it was a 53-minute video he did a few years ago talking about, like, I can't remember what the name of the video was. I think it was, like, how he went from a Jehovah's Witness to, like, a film critic reviewer, something like that. But basically, Chris said in the video that he basically said, oh, like, it was the Jehovah's Witness holding me back and stuff like that. But really, Fury...
Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses, sorry to interrupt, but Jehovah's Witnesses as a religion is a very repressive religion. I wouldn't doubt that being a Jehovah's Witness would hold you back from being a filmmaker, having known some.
He made the video to basically be a victim of Jehovah's Witness thing for sympathy, basically.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what most videos on YouTube are, to be quite fucking honest.
Yeah,
that's not like a unique thing. Like most people on YouTube are like, look at me, I'm a victim.
Well, I can also prove it too, because he also sits there and says at the end of the video, he just ends it how he's pansexual, which there's no difference between that and bi. So
yeah, but people make up new words all the time. I'm not gonna give a shit about that. Is there anything he's specifically done that like has meat to it that isn't just like, oh, he's annoying and cringe? Because yeah, he's annoying and cringe from what I've understood of him. I don't know him or really watch his content at all, so I don't really hold that much judgment against him. But it's like, is there like any actual incident, or is he just lame? Which whatever, we're all lame online sometimes, some more than others.
I think honestly, it's more just people are just because he's the #1 movie critic right now. People are just still talking.
And honestly, I don't think he has 2 million subscribers because if you look at his analytics, they really don't add up.
Yeah, but most of us have shitty analytics too. Like, are we going to pretend that our analytics are great compared to even the number of subscribers we have?
I mean, only like
most of us get like maybe 3 comments a video at best.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to hold someone buying views, which is dumb, but I don't give a shit. He might be. Who knows? I just think a lot of this is kind of overblown nonsense for someone who's not at all important anyway, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe who knows? Maybe Shelby Oaks will be a hit. not.
I mean, it just feels like a gossip circle at certain points with the.
And
the way we
also-
talk about things.
And also, fear. You know, you want to hear something really stupid? Chris said, laughably stupid. So he was at the, Fury the film fan, who made the video. He was at his wife's house, and his wife said, it's great you want to be a filmmaker, but if you do, you should go to film school. And no joke, Chris Stuckman said this. I don't have to go to college. Quentin Tarantino didn't go to college. You're not Tarantino.
Yeah, but there wasn't a Tarantino before Tarantino. I don't think that's that's a bit full of himself, but you have to be as a filmmaker. You have to.
That's laughably stupid.
Well,
Way. Most what value is college, to be quite honest, other than I went to college, but there's not a lot of value in college, and that's why the student loan situation is such a funny thing, because college is essentially worthless for the most part. You shouldn't be societally pressuring people into going to there anyway.
well,
Right
I-
on target. All I'm going to say is just watch the video that Fury of the Film Fan did. My experience with Chris Stuckman, I have to talk about this. He exposes how much of a piece of shit person Chris is.
I'll check it out at some point probably, but it does kind of sound like he is a grifter to the degree he is accusing Stuckman of being. I have to talk about this. These are specific trigger languages that are marketing language. It's marketing language. He's using therapy speak and marketing language to kind of do the same thing. It sounds like he's accusing Chris of doing. In my opinion, without context. I'm not gonna make that a definitive statement.
I mean, I think a
You
lot
seen
of
that? Have you guys heard of that IMJ station guy?
No, what did he do?
He was there's a great documentary about him by Nerd City that's both funny and horrifying, because this guy was a YouTuber who kind of just copied everything from other creators and then just tried to bully them, and then it gets into some really weird shit. He might have literally been a knight in Satan's service performing Enochian ritual to produce the lamest content imaginable. It's really funny conceptually, but it's also kind of how did this guy get access to so many kids subscribing to him and copying what he does? And it's
Right.
it's dark, but it's also extremely funny for a clown-pilled person.
I never even heard of him.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's really well done. Nerd City.
I don't know. I mean, I think that I do think, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that people just. I mean, we all kind of have that online persona a little bit, and Chris always just kind of portrayed himself as that, gee golly, type of guy. But then and then people are shocked to find out that he's this manipulator and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I always had a strange feeling about him, so
It
Yeah,
just
are you
didn't
talking
really
about-
surprise me.
Oh,
Right,
so Mr. Black, remember how a few months ago, Chris Stuckman, everybody called him out on his BS for not reviewing Madam Web and called him out for not being a good reviewer? Well,
Wasn't his thought about
yeah.
Madam Web being that he just couldn't bring himself to both
yeah,
promote
but
it and
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Chris Stuckman is much worse than that than most people think. So check it out. There's this YouTube channel called Fury of the Film Fan. He knew Chris personally because he worked in the industry with Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, Schmoes, Flickpick. He did a video called My Experience with Chris Stuckman. I have to talk about this. And he exposed the fact that Chris Stuckman is a piece of crap person. Do you want to hear some of the bad stuff he did?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I guess.
All right, so here's some of the bad stuff he did. So remember when he made that video of the Jehovah's Witness, and he said that they were holding him back? Well, Fury of the Film Fan, he contacted the people who work at the Jehovah's Witness, and they basically said Chris held himself back, which is why he had a problem with that
Hang
video
on.
because
Sorry to interrupt, but the Jehovah's Witnesses are saying that they're a party that they're gonna say that Chris held himself back. That's what religions and organized those people do. They're they can't.
okay, take
Even
that.
if they did say that, that doesn't mean anything. They're going to that's assigning blame from them. Like it's a deflection.
Okay,
blame.
take that out of it. I'll tell you
Yeah.
some of the other bad stuff he did. So he wrote a letter to a female reviewer who he was complaining about the fact that she was showing too much cleavage and she only cared about sex appeal for views and that she's not a real critic. And that person is still dealing with these problems like 12 to 13 years later. And also Jeremy Jahns complained to Fury of the Film Fan that he felt like Chris Stuckman was copying his editing style and videos and stuff like that. And all sorts of other bad crap. Like, just check out the video called My Experience with Chris Stuckman. I have to talk about this. The title of the video from Fury of the Film Fan. It gives you a much more detailed version of it.
All right. Hey, Zach,
Yeah,
did you see the Bob Dylan movie trailer?
I did not.
Oh,
Not enough CG
You should
in it,
watch
I've
it.
heard.
it has like in-game level CG.
Oh,
Didn't they-
really?
Didn't they already
The
make?
game looks pretty good.
Didn't they already make a Bob Dylan bio movie?
I think you're thinking of Llewellyn Davis.
No,
No, they have like 5, but this one's
Yeah.
with that one guy,
no.
Timothy
there's that one-
Chalamet.
There's that one where.
Oh, is that
it's-
the Dune guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's-
Dune guy.
Well, it's the
the
one.
Dune guy?
No,
The Doom
no,
guy.
it's like the one where it was like one of Heath Ledger's last movies, and it
Oh,
stars
yeah.
and it stars like multiple people as Bob Dylan.
Yeah, it was released posthumously. No, I remember that now.
Yeah, so we already had a Bob Dylan biopic.
Was that a fictionalized one though?
I don't know.
We've had a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, we've
There's the
had
one where the
so
girl
many
plays him.
goddamn
And
biopics. There's more of them than there is Cape Slop now.
I don't even.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett plays him in a 2007 one.
Oh,
Has it?
holy shit! You just reminded me of the fucking Borderlands movie. God damn, that looks bad.
It does. And I
It looks
played the
so
third.
bad.
I played the third Borderlands game, and it was a fun game. But that movie looks
Yeah.
like crap.
What about the
Weird.
4th one?
I've heard
I've never-
Borderlands the game sucks too.
I never.
Or the 5th one?
I only played the third one because now granted, I have both a PS5 and 4, but before I had the PS5, I bought the PS4, my first video game system, and I bought one. It came with a pack of 3 games. Fallout. It was Fallout 76. It was Just Cause 4 and Borderlands 3. But then, of course, I spent money on other games, and one of the first games that I bought that was not a part of the pack that was really good was The Last of Us.
Last of
And
Us
then
was
I
good.
got
liked it,
into
but it was
Resident
pretty
Evil
mid.
soon after that.
The Last of Us 2 sucks though.
No,
Yeah, I
as far as
didn't bother
gameplay
with the
goes, Last of
second
Us 2
one.
is superior. Story wise, they're both pretty mid to mid length. Like 1 is mid, 2 is like barely even that. Like I'll say
Like-
1 is better story, but 2 blows it away in terms of gameplay.
I liked the first game, did not bother with the second because I heard the second one was pretty bad.
It's about on par with the first, really. The whole thing about like steroids, the Abby taking steroids is yes, she does. So does Ellie. Actually, this is like established in the
Well,
game. You take
just the game.
supplements.
Games
That's
just
cool.
games
Yes.
just- well, the game just decided to appease its ESG score.
Well, no, it's because Neil Druckmann wrote it, and it's not. He didn't do that cynically. He's a real deal believer. He's a cringe, annoying person, so that's why.
Neil Druckmann does
It wasn't to
steroids.
he's the ESG score. It was because he's a believer.
Of woke. So that
Yeah, but it wasn't
Neil
to
Druckmann
appease
takes like
score.
HGH.
Yeah, it wasn't to appease any score. It was because he believes. It's a different thing. It wasn't cynical.
He
Yet
believes.
for some reason, I own the second game and I haven't even bothered to play it. It's sitting on the shelf over there.
Well, why not?
Yeah, that's like a weird thing to. Did you buy it?
Got as a Christmas present. I will play it eventually, but
Hey.
I'm not in
Do you have
too big
chicken
of a
shot
rush.
As
on
far
I'll
as
get to it
gameplay
when I-
goes, it is really good. Like
I'll
the
get to
movement
it
is
when I
great.
get to it.
hey, Cole, you could also burn it.
Why? You could just sell it to GameStop and make some money. It's still
Yeah,
stupid
I'm
to
not
burn it.
gonna burn something. It was a Christmas
also
present
plastic
given to
that
me. That'd be a
released,
bit
like,
of a
some bad
dick move.
fumes.
That'd be a bit of a dick move to do.
Well, like what? Yeah, burn it inside. Put it in your fucking microwave. Do that
Yeah,
definitely.
it's gonna release like 500 demons in the air.
Worst movie we've seen. Honestly, probably
know
Baywatch 2017.
Oh, I know what movie it is for me. Twisted Pair from 2018. Just Check out the review Rambo
Twi-
Route for Life did
Twisted
on
Pair isn't even the worst Neil Breen movie, dog.
Oh, it's not. That's the only Neil
No.
Breen movie I've
Twisted
seen.
Pair is like his lazy ones. It's his Star Wars prequel era, but I would say
His newest one was pretty bad.
Man,
Cade the Tortured Crossing. I want to see that so
Is
bad.
that
and I
is
almost
that
got
a
a chance to
sequel?
work on
Is
it.
that a sequel to Twisted Pair?
Yeah, yeah. By the way,
He didn't pay
Elon
his
Musk is turning into
Adobe
Neil Breen.
subscription.
Yeah,
Why?
well, he's almost
Twisted Pair was
discovered
so bad. I'm not watching the rest of his crap.
Manos.
Oh man,
For me-
if you think Neil Breen is like the bottom of the barrel, you need to watch more movies, dude. And he's not even like, oh man.
For me, Manos, Hands of Fate.
I love that
Disaster
movie.
movie is
I
pretty
remember
bad.
that being
Disaster.
actually pretty decent.
Oh,
aside
Disaster
from
movie
Dreamwatcher.
from 2008 is pretty bad too.
Oh.
That's definitely one. Of
Oh,
the worst.
no. Hey, Quinn, I got one.
What?
The Holiday Intruder.
Yeah, but that's not a feature.
Why?
Wait, Junebug, that
it's
movie's
like-
gone, isn't it?
I still have the original as much as possible. I'm
Well, then
keeping
send it to
that
me.
archived.
Well, Quinn's probably the only one that actually has a copy of it that I know of.
Yeah, I do.
I want to see it.
All right.
Me see.
No.
I think I have it in a
Let them
some-
see it.
some hard drive.
Yippee, 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 yippee.
But I would say probably the worst movie, the one I go to all the time, is either Zombie Night or Woods of Evil. But there's also Day of the Dead 2 Contagion, might be the worst fucking movie I've ever seen, is specifically because the directors really think they did something special with it. And it's just like the film school I went to, like, as like a teenager for like special needs kids did better, or at least on par stuff. And it's like, wow, man.
Yeah.
Jesus. Awful.
Wow, when the when the special people do a better job than a guy who wanted to make a sequel to one of the best movies of all time. So
Well, it's like not even all a sequel. It takes place in a mental asylum, and the zombies are like an alien hive mind,
Do you want
and they're the protagonists.
Do you want to hear off list the top 10 worst movies I've ever seen from 10 to 1?
Sure.
Number 10 is the
Ooh.
very first Adam Sandler movie he ever did, Going Overboard. 9 is Disaster movie from 2008.
Mhm.
8 is Attack Force, the worst action movie I've seen and the worst Steven Seagal movie. Number 7 is K through 12 from 2019, the Melanie Martinez crap. Number 6 is Wrong Turn 6, Last Resort. Number 5 is the worst werewolf movie, Halloween 7, New Moon Rising. 4 would be Food Fight, the worst animated movie I've seen. 3 would be Feeders. 2 would be The Amazing Bulk, and number 1 would be Twisted Pair.
Can we get your top 100?
I could send the list in the private chat if you want.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, Corinzen? Total Meltdown. Hey, what's
So where's
up?
the private chat for me to put it in?
Wow. Just go to more, where it says more, the 3 dots. You'll see private chat.
Let's all start a band together.
Hell yeah.
Celia.
What would the band name be?
Hopefully it works. Just copying and pasting the list. There you go.
It'd be like Zag D and something. We got to find a cool word for us.
Fuck. I just
There
had
you
a,
go.
I
It's
had
in
a
the
really
chat.
good idea for a band name the other day. It was great. It was like Lesbian Katana Death or something, because it was a pair of lesbians that one killed the other with a katana.
Now keep in mind, this is just a list I recently started,
Uh-huh.
so there's going to be more added with time. So there's not quite 100 yet. I'm still adding some more.
hey Zach,
Yeah.
All right.
why should you never tell secrets in a cornfield?
Why is that?
The corn has ears.
Uh, right.
So I don't
You know
know.
what my favorite rant Fabio did was his
Hey,
rant
what's up,
on
Dylan?
my favorite rant Fabio did was on the A24 movie Beau Was Afraid.
That movie sucked. That movie did suck.
I haven't seen that movie, but everything I've heard about it sounds terrible. The
Although-
fact that there's
Wait.
I was interested at first because before I knew what the concept was, because I'm like, okay, Joaquin Phoenix starring in a horror movie. But then I hear the fact that there's a giant penis monster in the movie. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, that sounds dumb.
Why?
Are
That
you-
sounds scary.
Great.
Are you? Wait.
That sounds
Andrew,
like a great horror villain. Rawhead Rex did it. Why can't Ari Aster do it?
You know what? We need to see? We need a robot chicken skit where Godzilla fights that giant penis monster. He's like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, to be fair, we got great movies like Crank 2 where Jason Statham becomes a kaiju for a fight. I don't know why like a little bit of silliness is like bad for a movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was in Crank 2. I remember that.
Yeah. Crank 2 is high art, dog.
I
And
think-
it's ridiculous.
I liked the first Crank movie. I still have yet to see the second one.
They're both
I
great movies.
Two is a different level, man.
I did, however, recently watch the first Transporter movie about close to a month ago, and that was pretty good.
The fact
Yeah, I
that
love
just
the
in
first
production
Transporter.
they couldn't understand what Bai Ling was saying, and so they just decided, yeah, fuck it, we're doing subtitles with her. Incredible, high level filmmaking.
Okay, but even if you take the concept out of the equation of the penis monster, everything else about Beau Was Afraid, it sounded like a boring, pretentious type of weird movie.
Well, yeah, it's an art film. That's what Ari Aster does. Like that's his thing.
Okay, here's the thing with Ari Aster. I
And
liked
this is very
Hereditary.
personal to him, but I don't understand.
Here's the thing. I liked Hereditary. I didn't love it like everyone else, but I thought Hereditary was a good movie. I did not care for Midsommar though, and I thought that it was a step down from his first movie, and I haven't seen Beau Was Afraid yet.
I've seen.
What was
Hey,
bad
I've-
about Midsummer?
Hey, I've seen all the good parts of Midsommar.
What?
It's Midsummer, but what was the bad part about it?
Whatever. Whatever. I've seen all the good parts. I saw Florence Pugh.
Actually really liked the comedy bit where it was that douchebag friend just pisses on the tree and gets wrecked for it. That was great.
That part was good. That was definitely one of the
Like-
highlights.
What's a low light for you in that movie?
Huh.
Yeah, that's not the real Spear dude.
But if I had to like list off
How
my
can you tell?
favorite, like my top 5 favorite A24 movies, number 1 would be Uncut Gems of Adam Sandler, which was a really good drama. 2, even though it has woke parts in it, if you take that aside, I do enjoy the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once.
What woke
Three-
part? Hang on, do you just mean the
When
woman
the
accepting her
rocks-
lesbian daughter?
Yeah, but that was
It's
barely in the movie.
I mean, for the Chinese people, that is specifically very woke. Yeah,
But anyways,
Brian Apter's having a baby.
so okay, so my top
yeah, but
5
it means something different, unfortunately.
So my top 5 favorite A24 movies,
You?
Uncut Gems would be 1. 2 would be Everything Everywhere All at Once. I guess 3 would be The Disaster Artist. 4 would be The Iron Claw. And 5 would be Hereditary, I guess.
I don't know. The Iron Claw seems like one of those movies you have to be in the right mood to watch because I don't know if I
It
really
is.
want to.
That's why I've only seen
I've
the
heard
movie
nothing
one
but
time.
praise for that one.
Well, I bet it's a good movie, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those movies you can only watch it once because it's just depressing, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
know
saw
there's
that.
plenty of depressing movies I watch multiple times.
That was
Well-
actually
Also, says a lot.
the very last
Yeah, I
movie
don't shy
saw.
from the human condition.
The very last movie I saw in theaters last year in 2023 was The Iron Claw, and it was on just the day before it was January 1st.
Well, I mean, I just don't. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say January 6th.
No.
I just don't really. I don't know. I don't like. I don't like feeling sad and depressed in movies. I want stuff.
You want to feel inspired.
Exactly.
No, I
Yeah.
want to feel the
The
entire
Iron
spectrum
Claw,
of human emotion.
I'll say
I want
this.
different flavors.
I'll say this. It is a movie worth checking out, but it's good, but you got to like find the right time to watch it.
I want movies that are only for goys. That makes sense.
Yeah. Iron
Only
Claw.
for what? What did you
Yeah.
say what was the first letter of that last word?
Goys.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Nice.
Right.
The Iron
Right.
Claw, it's a good movie. I probably wouldn't watch it again though, just because it is a dark movie. I still liked it though. I give the movie a 9 out of 10. I still liked it.
Did y'all see Longlegs?
I've heard that's good. I still need to check that out.
Holy shit, it was fun.
Daddy Long Legs.
No,
I
there's
mean,
Nicholas.
not unlike, that's
Nicholas
not
Cage
incredibly
did a horror
untrue.
movie recently called Long Legs. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been hearing a lot of really good things about it.
I saw it twice in theaters so far. I might see it again. It was very
Oh.
good.
I'll have to check it out.
So
Yep.
Did he have long legs?
I mean, Nick Cage is a tall man, yeah.
And even though this director
Alright.
has more crap movies than good ones, you know what one looks good? I'm kind of curious to check out
What?
the new M. Night movie Trap.
What are
Oh,
some of his
what?
crap movies? I usually like a lot of his stuff because they're intentionally schlock.
Okay, I'll
Like,
tell you the movies.
The Happening's
I
a comedy. You should probably know that.
All right, I'll tell you the movies I like from him first. I like Unbreakable. I like The Sixth Sense. I liked Signs. Split was a good sequel to Unbreakable. That's about it for M. Night. And I haven't seen. I heard Knock at the Cabin was decent, but I didn't see that one. But I saw the
Yeah.
movie he did before then, Old, and the movie Old sucked.
I've never seen Revolver.
So, in terms of movies of M. Night's you've seen, what would you say the ratio is of movies you've liked versus movies you didn't like?
Like I said, there have only been 4 M. Night movies. There have been 4 M. Night movies that I liked, 3 that I thought were okay, and then the rest of them sucked.
But have you seen the rest of them? You've seen all 18 of his films?
I've seen all of his movies with the exception of Knock at the Cabin. I haven't seen Knock at the Cabin or Trap yet. I've seen most of his movies.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at the producer roles. He's actually 19 films. Have you seen Praying with Anger or Wide Awake?
Wasn't that his first movie?
Yeah, 2 first movies. Have you seen them?
I haven't seen that. I've seen most of his movies. There are still some that I need to get caught up on, but I've seen like the vast majority of them.
So what would the
Yeah.
ratio be in terms of like to dislike?
All right.
32%.
You know what? Screw it. I'll give you my ranking of the movies I've seen from him right now.
Not asking for rank. I'm asking for a ratio is good to bad. It's 2 numbers.
I guess 30% maybe.
Okay.
what was? How many did you like? How many did you dislike?
Yeah, he gave me a 30% ratio.
I think it was
The Village.
What you said 3.
I
What'd you say? You've seen. You liked 4, or something. You liked 4 and you didn't like the rest. So that
Okay, so
He hasn't
there were
seen all
4.
the rest.
There were, at least of the ones that I have seen, there were 4 of his movies I liked, 3 that I thought were okay, and then the rest of them sucked.
So that's 7 technically to something else.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, the first
7
Guardians of the
to
Galaxy.
about- Actually, that's literally almost a half and half split, I think, if you take out the movies you haven't
that's
seen.
it's about.
What's your fave Zach D movie?
Probably about 45.
That last one.
I guess my
X-Ray?
favorite movie that
Yeah.
Zach D has done, from what I've seen so far, is X-Ray.
Italian Sniper Rebirth.
Zach, you already know what my favorite is.
Escape from Core Lecter.
Yerp.
Oh, okay. I can settle for that.
All right, Junebug, I got a question. What is an idea you have for a Dracula horror movie that could be unique and different?
Drac.
Yeah, I know
Well,
it's not the real
You
change.
just add it. You just adapt to Helsing. That'd be sick.
I'm
Well,
already,
there's this YouTuber I watch every once in a while, Mr. Multiverse, a YouTube channel that does like movie pitches and fan fiction ideas. You know what his idea for a Dracula horror movie was?
as I say, I'm already doing it.
So his idea for a Dracula movie was that for the movie Dracula, what in the book, in the movie there would be a book Dracula written by Bram Stoker, which is documented evidence of Dracula's existence, but everybody thinks the book is fake. And then and there would be a twist in the movie that Dracula killed Van Helsing, and that Dracula has been hiding in centuries and stuff like that. And he would be the head and CEO of this company. I forget what the name of it was because it's been a while since I've watched this video, but it's basically, to give you an idea of what it is, it's basically a company where he's like the CEO of it, and he goes by the name Dracos, Mr. Dracos, as like a code name without actually revealing he's Dracula. And he's like the CEO of this company that basically at nighttime, they basically feed off the living in their blood. And then these police detectives had to try to figure out what's behind all of it. That could be an interesting, new, unique take on Dracula.
Hey, I'm already,
Hang on, unique?
He's something different. I'd rather see that than just
Sounds like every Dracula plot I've ever heard pitched.
I was gonna say I'm already doing it.
I don't remember all the details. It's been a while since I watched the video, but just check out the video, Mr. Multiverse.
Yeah. My
Dracula
apologies.
movie.
My apologies. Just I don't know. Maybe I've consumed a lot of media. So
Also,
I'm already doing the unique thing with Dracula. Me and Eric are. So
also,
yeah, that
Mr.
reminds me. Why did you say you gave him Sit Down by the Fire? You're not doing that as a joint thing anymore?
Yeah, why not?
Mr. Black, do you want to know what my idea was for what I would do with a new Wolfman movie?
Hang on.
because I
June's talking for a second.
Yeah.
thought that because I mean I kind of was more helping him out, trying to maybe teach him about more comedy to interview somebody, and I think I felt he did a good enough job. So, and plus,
So he's just going to take that all off on his own, and you're not? Are you going to still be a part of it? I'm sorry, the other guys were talking. I couldn't quite hear.
I'm still gonna probably try to get him some guests, but more work behind the scenes
Okay.
to get him guests and everything. Because honestly, I really want to just kind of be more of a. I want to focus more on the stuff that for my channel, the animation stuff and all that. So
I'm
What
gonna
animation stuff?
Hold on, I'm
I
gonna
didn't know
finish
about
up.
Or
talking.
movie reviews.
Sorry, I'm just gonna finish up talking quick because I got to get ready for bed and work in like a few minutes here. But yeah, my idea for a Wolfman movie, if I made one, it would be like this detective horror movie taking place in the 1970s, where there are these unsolved murders going on, which are committed by the Wolfman. And my choice to direct the movie would be Matt Reeves, who directed the Robert Pattinson Batman film. But Junebug Films said if I wanted to make it unique, it could be a movie set in the 1880s in London, where there's a twist that Jack the Ripper is the Wolfman, because nobody ever figured out who Jack the Ripper was.
Duke Nukem did, and he killed him.
Uh-huh. But yeah,
It's real history right there.
But yes, there's this YouTube, Mr. Multiverse. He also did a video for like his idea for a Frankenstein movie. It was a very unique, different idea. You should check out his video on his pitch for a Frankenstein movie. And he also especially check out his video on like his pitch for a Dracula movie. It was a very interesting idea.
Hey, want to hear my reaction if I would see Dracula in real life?
Yeah.
no,
Okay, here I go.
What?
All right. I got to get going. Bye.
All right, see you, Cole.
see ya. So, as I was saying, I already have what I'm doing with Dracula. Dracula versus the Frankenstein monster.
Mhm. What's this animation thing though you were talking about?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I'm gonna basically do a lot of the Grimm fairy tales, and I had an animator in mind, but he's gotten quite busy, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna attempt to try to do it myself. Even though
on that animation's tough.
even though I can't draw, I'm just probably gonna end up I can draw backgrounds, but I can't.
Well,
draw
why don't you hang on? Why don't you try rotoscope?
I'm gonna do cutout.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's similar enough.
I'm gonna basically just do like the old style of cutout animation, like what they did in the 1920s, but with sound. Not so
Yeah, okay.
not so much like South Park style, even though it technically would be made out of the same style as South Park, but it wouldn't be like South Park.
So funny how those guys were pushing tech in terms of show. Because it's 3D animated, you know that, right?
Yeah.
That's so wild.
So, but no, basically what I'll be doing is I can draw some simple enough backgrounds. The only thing I couldn't draw was a castle, so I found a free to use castle.
Okay.
And I just colored it in. Yes, Quinn, lazy filmmaker, colored it with colored pencils, but I'm really trying to make it look better.
As long as you have, hey, I'm not that fucking putting pencil to paper is not fucking lazy, June.
No,
For that.
I know. No, we just know that. Like,
Sure.
we just know as soon as I upload it, Quinn's gonna do a live reaction to it.
No, I'm not. I'm done with your stuff.
And critique every little frame.
It's incorrect, June. I'm done critiquing your stuff.
Thank you. But no,
I'll laugh about it with people, but I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm just giving you shit though. So
I know, but I'm not. I'm doing that. I'm gonna stick to that. You said I'm dead to you? That's fine.
Okay. How's hell? How is hell if you're dead?
I mean, it's pretty fucking sweet right now.
Oh yeah.
Got sent there when I got hit by that fucking car. Tell you that.
Well, you should have looked both ways.
I did. Twice.
Well, you should have looked trace.
Maybe this woman shouldn't have sped.
You should have looked trace.
Mm-hmm.
Double, triple check.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I jaywalk all the time, and I don't get hit by cars. But no, so that's what I'm going to be doing, animation, because I want to. Well, I want to basically give, because I just recently, in October, I recently became an uncle. And for the first time, and I don't know, I actually want him to watch some actual good animated stuff. It kind of inspired me a little bit. So
you should watch Smiling Friends. You should have him watch Smiling Friends for sure.
He's like 8 months old.
Yeah, I know. He won't care. He's not going to get the humor of it, no, but it's fun imagery. And it's not really even that bad for kids, no.
So, no, I mean, I want to just do that. And basically, because I just started a new job, and I'm going to basically be trying to spend some of the money to get some of the animation stuff, basically poster board, and draw the backgrounds, and then cardboard paper if I can. Hopefully I can find that at the Hobby Lobby or the dollar store or something, and basically then make the stuff and everything. Like I already drew some of the stuff. I drew the magic mirror, and so I mean I already have scripts written for Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs. I have some written for Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Rapunzel, and Princess and the Frog.
Just still not giving up on that Disney dream, huh?
Nope. Because I figure I mean, I don't know. I guess,
If you can't beat them, join them. Yeah, that's what an artist says. That's what the principals say.
Exactly. Well, and so, but then basically, I don't know. I just see myself as, you know what? I'll just be the Don Bluth, push Disney to do better, right?
Ugh. I don't ever see your shit, dude. They're not gonna feel intimidated by you, my brother. I promise you.
Probably not.
There's not a problem.
Oh, I guarantee you not. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
it feels like you're doing that for the wrong reason, to be quite honest. But I don't care.
I don't know. Hey. I mean, I guess. In the words of Gandalf, I'm a fool, but an honest fool. So
Well, no, he's not. What the? I was just watching Whitest Kids You Know, and they brought up why the fuck did Gandalf give it to the hobbits when he could have just avoided all that shit by giving the hobbits eagle rides. That was a pretty funny sketch, honestly. Whitest Kids You Know, great shit.
because
No, I get that there's a lore explanation for it, but like he had to think of that later.
well, yeah, because the Eagles are the Eagles don't like flying down to Earth because and everything. There's a whole lore behind it. Everything.
Oh wow, the Eagles wouldn't do a favor for their buddy to save his race, his entire
Well,
planet. What
man-
dicks? Why is he
man-
friends with them?
Man, I think it's Manway, I think is his name or something. Is the guy who's he's a Iluvatar. Basically, he's a god in Tolkien's universe who controls the Eagles, and basically, it would basically be J.R. Tolkien's world is supposed to be our Earth, but set in a distant past. So basically, it would be like the Eagles show up, but it's only for a sense of purpose. It would be it's what we would call divine intervention if the Eagles show up. So
Yeah, which we needed.
you
We
can't just
needed that.
sit there and summon the Eagles because you want to, basically.
Yeah, but he eventually did after Boromir got murked. Like 2 movies later, he's finally calling in the Eagles. Like, boy, would have been good to know you had that in your pocket.
Yes, but it's basically divine intervention at that point. So
Yeah, but Gandalf is friends with them. When you're friends with the god, you could ask them things.
yes, but that wasn't part of Gandalf's mission, though.
So he's deliberately making the journey more difficult and riskier for what then? I don't know. Robbie probably could have explained this to me, but whatever.
I mean,
He was big into Lord of the Rings.
it's a long time since I actually read the Silmarillion, so
Yeah. It just sounds so. It was so funny, the Whitest Kid sketch, though. It's just they just beat him almost. I mean, I can't say it on YouTube what the actual thing is. I think they even had to bleep it out in their own live stream to replay old episodes. But yeah, it was a very funny sketch.
so it's okay. Nobody watches Zach's stuff.
Yeah, but I don't like to put other channels in danger because they're not mine.
Unless it was mine.
I've never put your channel in danger, Jen, as far as I can recall.
Oh,
I've just made fun of you, and you've been a bit butthurt about it.
a little bit.
Yeah, you should kind of maybe not be butthurt about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy for me to not be butthurt about it because I don't give a shit what someone online thinks about me.
Yeah. But like I said, at this rate, I mean, I always kind of just thought you were just an annoying pimple I can't pop. So.
Okay, I haven't thought of you that much to classify you as a pimple or whatever. It's weird to think of other dudes online like that.
Well, according to liberals, so everyone's weird. So.
Okay, well, I'm not a liberal, so I don't have to abide by their rules in terms of internet combat.
Oh, but I'm proud. That's okay. I'm proud to be weird.
Yeah.
Because everyone's weird.
Yeah, no, I don't know how effective that strategy is going to be for them. Although it is pretty funny, the JD Vance fucking couch thing.
Although
someone posted a picture of him and his wife in an interview, and it's like, oh, people just thruples always have to show off.
You know what though?
At a couch.
Here's my thing though. Am I the only one that sees JD Vance and he reminds me of Forrest Gump?
I don't know. I haven't seen Forrest Gump.
Wow.
I've read the book. I think. I hear it sucks. Honestly.
The book?
No, the movie. I hear that movie kind of fucking sucks. Actually, like one of the worst Oscar winners or whatever.
I kind of disagree, but okay.
Yeah, everyone I've talked to about it was like, yeah, that movie actually low key sucks.
No,
just apparently overly schmaltzy and relies on too much stupid moon logic or whatever. It's just I mean, it's Ron Howard, right? His shit's always really schmaltzy.
Robert Zemeckis.
Oh yeah, it is Zemeckis. Similar thing with Zemeckis, although he reins it in more than Howard does, I think.
Man, I actually like Forrest Gump.
I mean, again, I haven't seen it. I'm just going by what people I trust have told me about it.
Well,
So my opinion's not worth much on that.
I don't know though.
You know what's dope? Battlefield Earth. That movie's dope, actually. Looking back, very Round Table Pizza coded. I
Nice.
definitely saw that shit playing on the TV at Round Table Pizza when I was a teenager.
I mean, a little bit of yeah, Scientology, great.
Well, as a story, it's fucking interesting. Just these aliens continually, like one alien who is particularly stupid amongst his kind, we Operation Paperclip. That's pretty fun as a concept. The Forrest Whitaker character, who his only defining trait as an evil manipulator alien is that he's particularly bad at it. And yet we're still like, yeah, we're going to keep him around. It's a pretty fun thing at the end.
Yeah. So, Zach, though, we need
Yeah.
I would say that we do have to focus somehow on getting more so your name out there as a filmmaker right now, because the YouTube stuff, the YouTube stuff, I think we need to change the course, not the. We need to change
I know.
strategy, not the course, because the strategy's not really working too well. I mean, I think honestly, it's one of the reasons why, like, I really think that doing. I really like the idea of the shadow. Just you doing the shadow, because like you really you could kind of, I think, capture that style a little bit that people would be wanting for that. An action movie and everything, but sort of something gritty with it, and it,
And I could tie the shadow into the ZDCU.
yeah. So,
Like maybe I could do maybe Italian Sniper could show up in like the post-credit scene or something,
maybe I would sit there, maybe make your own feature first, and then, but tie it in later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh man, that fucking just mentioning Italian Sniper made me think of the Trump thing. How, man, that was so obviously set up.
What?
The attempted Trump assassination. It could be a conspiracy from so many angles. It's like the Devil May Cry of conspiracy theories. Low floor, high ceiling.
Yeah, I just still can't get over that the Thomas Kirk though looks like Beavis.
Well, he went to my school, right?
Oh yeah, your Blackwater facility or what? Oh no, not Blackwater. BlackRock.
No, not that one. It's
Your MK Ultra training facility?
no, it was a community college,
Yeah.
which he apparently graduated from like only 2 months before he did what he did.
Damn, he just couldn't take that the student debt. Drove him to madness immediately.
My gosh.
I mean,
It's so funny how clearly that's fake. Like, not fake, but like set up. Like, the Secret Service was absolutely in on that shit, dog.
oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
It's just so obvious it's hysterical.
I wouldn't doubt it, because, I mean,
Look how many people hate Trump.
Well, I could also see it, like, being from his party, too. Like, I could see it as them trying to do a false flag type deal. But the thing is, it would be a bad time for them to do it. They should have waited if it was them. But I also don't trust their competency in that terms.
I mean, well, I don't know. That just seems like a why would they even do that? That just seems like a William Tell type of shot. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, to be fair, if that part of it's true, then the shooter's a fake. Like they would have killed someone else. Like the whole thing would have been different than what was broadcast. Essentially, it would have been a film. Like they'd have put a blood pack in his ear. If that theory were the case, like, and
yeah,
they probably would have just shot another person, like,
I mean,
off camera.
at that point, why doesn't Donald Trump just sit there, put an apple to his head, and have the shooter shoot the apple off his head?
Because you're trying to make someone believe you're being like an assassination attempt was happening. But like,
yeah, well, it just seems like, I mean, I don't really.
If this theory would be the case, there would have been no actual danger to him at all. It would have been like a blank gun, and then they'd have shot another person off screen to do some casualties to make it look real. That's how it would have been happened were it a false flag from his side. Were it a false flag, like there's so many layers you can go to that it gets insane. Though.
Hey, Quinn, who shot JFK?
I mean, probably there could have been multiple snipers, but I do believe that it's a perfectly makeable shot from Lee Harvey Oswald's perspective. I think it's a perfectly manageable shot. Hell, of course, he had like a spotter. Like it absolutely wasn't a lone thing, and he was killed by the CIA. But I think Lee Harvey Oswald made the shot. It's like saying that they didn't use planes on 9/11, which is fucking stupid. You've just hired dudes to fly planes into buildings, which, that happened.
I mean, I think that honestly, I kind of a YouTuber who I trust. I mean, because he does bring up a lot of good points. Razor Fist.
No, that guy's cringe, if I recall.
Yeah, well, of course, Quinn.
Didn't that guy have some weird thing with kids? Like, he was texting kids, and it was a little weird. Like, not criminal specifically, but it's like, just you shouldn't be talking like with Dr. Disrespect. Regardless, I don't want a 30-fucking-year-old man talking to 17-year-olds. In any capacity, other in terms of like a private thing, at least. I guess if he's just talking and 17-year-olds listening, I don't care. But like,
I don't know the contents. I would have to do further research.
I just remember Razor Fist said or did something cringe. It might not. I might be conflating him with Disrespect, and if that's true, my apologies. I'm fucking stupid. But there was something he did that I considered cringe, and right now I can't remember it, but I still have the emotion from it.
I would have to do further research, but he basically, Lee Harvey Oswald was just kind of a loon. First of all, he was labeled a marksman when he went to the Marines. And
yeah, that's like a basic bitch ass thing, though, isn't that? That's like their lowest accuracy thing.
Right, and then he did a shot that not even the most expert marksman can do.
Yeah, they can though. That's the thing is they could. It's like not a difficult shot for any sniper.
Well, okay. Well,
it just isn't. It's not a difficult shot at all for snipers. It's like 500 meters, isn't it? Yeah, the bolt sucks and it's kind of sticky from what I recall, but it's like people have like done it before.
Well, and he also had and if I remember correctly, that gun, that specific gun. I'm not saying all Carcanos, but that specific gun had a faulty trigger too, or something like that.
Why would we know that?
Because
how would that have gotten out word a conspiracy though? That would lend credence to it being a conspiracy, and that's something the holders of the conspiracy would not allow to get out.
That's just what I've heard from Jim Mars.
Yeah, I just wonder where that information comes from, because if it were like that would lead it to be a conspiracy.
Jim Mars.
Why would the people who perpetrate that conspiracy allow such basic conspiracy destroying information out? Like, I don't know why we'd allow that.
Here's my thing. I actually just wonder if the Russians actually say, okay, you want to be a commie? Shoot the president, like as a bluff, and didn't think he would actually do it. That's kind of what Razor Fist said, and I kind of wondered that could be the truth there.
No, it was very likely the Italian mafia and the CIA subcontracting each other. CIA was doing it because they wanted the Vietnam War to keep going for a while. And the mob just also didn't like him
Well,
because he was an anti-mob guy, I believe.
well, yeah. I think a lot of people just wanted Kennedy dead because there was.
Well,
His-
yeah,
because
the
his dad-
defining trait of the Kennedys is that there's always something like separating their brain from their head. It's like a genetic thing. Also, have you seen that picture of Robert Kennedy with the barbecued dog?
that was
It's not a fake picture. I've seen it with my eyes. It's very funny.
that was
Especially thinking that's probably where the brainworm came from.
That's
Super funny.
I thought it was a goat.
Nope. No, it was a dog. Like, specifically in the text he sent, it was like, yeah, great barbecue dog at this festival or something.
If I say great barbecue hot dog, I'm not talking about a dog.
Yeah, I know, but you combine it with the picture of the dog
Yeah, but
with the very distinct ribs and shit, and like, you could still see the face of the dog. It's dog.
I mean, you know what? I mean,
I don't even think he denied it, like the way he didn't deny that sex assault thing.
well, I mean,
The only thing was like, I'm no choir boy.
I mean, here's my thing. You know what? China, they eat dogs. That doesn't,
Yeah, I know.
whatever.
I don't actually. I'm not actually like I wouldn't do it just on a moral level of terms of I don't think that's good, but I don't really give a shit about their cultural standard of eating dogs. So I'm like, I just think it's very funny that he probably got the brainworm from it. I'm not really harshly judging him on eating barbecued dog. It's a cultural custom in other places, whatever. But thinking about that being where he got the worm is very funny.
And then like the whole. I don't know if the assault thing is even true. I would need to do further research on that.
Well, he didn't deny it, is the thing, which is like, just from a political standpoint, wow, that's not a good look.
Well,
The only thing he said when he was asked directly about the sex assault is, listen, I've never claimed to be a choir boy. It's like, dude, Jesus Christ, that's the one thing you need to be like, no, that's not a thing. That I know. Just on a political optics level.
well, I mean, you know what? Is it really shocking that Kennedy had sex with another?
Is it shocking to me that Kennedy coerced a 17-year-old into sex? No. It's not shocking.
No, Kennedy.
But I don't want that type of person to lead the country, is the thing.
Yeah, at this rate, Trump ain't looking that bad.
I mean, no, not really. Jesus Christ. Incredible. Just everyone's dropping the ball in politics. It kind of rocks, honestly.
Says the Quinn. What affiliation are you really?
What do you mean? What affiliation am I? I'm not affiliated with any political party, and I think they're all pretty awful.
I mean,
Closest I come to is Big L Libertarian.
okay.
But I also hate that party more than almost any other party because they're fucking cringe.
So what's on your ID?
What do you mean, what's on my ID? I don't have a political party listed on my ID.
Well, so you're not registered to vote.
No.
Okay.
I don't think voting from the ballot boxes. I don't think the ballot box is an effective place to vote from. If you catch my drift.
Okay. So, I mean, so on your ID, you just when it's registered to vote, it just says nothing.
Not registered or something, yeah. Whatever that is.
Okay. I mean, hey, you know what? That's your right as an American.
Absolutely
yeah.
is.
And
True.
I mean, I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm more lately. I'm going to be honest. Like I used to say lowercase L libertarian, but now I think maybe I'm more like Teddy Roosevelt. I'm a bull moose.
Yeah, I'm more like Ted Kaczynski, MK Ultra.
Well, don't go Unabombing then.
Of course, I'm not gonna.
What's that thing under your mattress?
The soundbar. It's pretty sick, actually. I just hooked it up to my computer, and I'm gonna be watching some movies later on with fucking great sound.
Right.
I'm gonna watch maybe Civil War or something.
Nope.
Oh,
What should I watch?
I've seen
Yeah, that movie's great.
I've seen all the good parts of Civil War.
No, it's actually really good because it's like a movie where you realize once you realize the politics are murky to cast aspersions on the main characters of the journalists, they are just mercenaries at this point. They don't really give a shit about the politics, and thus they're kind of murky.
But no, I've seen all the good parts.
I mean, it's all good. There's not like bad parts in the movie.
But I've seen Kirsten Dunst naked in the movie, so
I don't think she gets naked in the movie.
I heard she does, and I saw them.
She doesn't. She absolutely does not get naked in the movie.
Well, then what movie did I saw when I saw her boobies? Where's the new movie?
I have no idea because it wasn't this.
Oh,
Was it Woodshock or whatever, that Lynch one?
I don't know.
Because yeah, there's no nudity in this movie at all.
I just heard you saw a lot of Kirsten Dunst, and I Googled.
No.
it. So, okay, well, I guess I'm.
Maybe you should actually watch the movie. It's like with Cole or whatever, where it's like I don't know, if you haven't seen the movie, maybe you're not particularly qualified. I mean, I do it too, but I do also say, yeah, I haven't seen it, so take it with that.
Yeah, well, hey, I'll.
It's pretty funny that you thought there was nude scenes of Kristen Dunst in there.
So no, I mean, but no. Let's see.
The scene where the WF or yeah.
Well,
The scene where the Proud Boys stand in, they take a building was pretty sick. Even though they they lose a couple guys.
I'll have to watch. I'll watch the movie, but not anytime soon. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's I've seen it, so it's not like it affects me.
but let's see.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll see it.
Yeah.
I still like Zach. I still like that one idea we had though.
What's that?
I still like that one idea about a soldier that rescues the 28 soldiers that were left behind.
Yeah, William Kaufman's probably literally working on this movie right now. Being fair, he has an interest in telling those stories.
He's still alive.
William Kaufman, the director, yeah. Director of Sinners and Saints from 2010, most recently Warhorse 1, or the Channel, whichever one released after the other. That dude pumps out movies. They're always pretty decent.
Well, Zach, we should do it.
Yeah, maybe for an Italian Sniper sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you? Or we? I mean, could just maybe find a. Oh no, maybe.
I still got to get that Ramrod sequel, remake, reboot type of deal going. One of Robbie's old projects. I want to do another one of them where it's him going to I forget specifically where, but somewhere in South or Central America, and on behalf of the Illuminati to try to keep VHS tapes of alien existence out of the hands of like Alex Jones.
So you're gonna make the frogs? Are you gonna make the frogs gay?
Oh man, I gotta try to work that joke in too. It's like something about post-rock's the sound of the devil.
I don't know.
They're putting chemicals in the water to make you like Mogwai.
I like
I
Infowars, but not Alex Jones. I'm more so like the.
You think you're gonna be Harrison Smith, the next one of them?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of quit.
I love that dude. He's a nerd, but he's like I feel a very kinship with him. Is that he's a fucking nerd?
Hey, hold on. Hey, Zach. I got a question for Quinn.
Yeah, what's that?
What is a woman?
Hang on 1 second. I literally have a call from healthcare.
All right.
He's actually behaving himself. So
Yeah. Really? This is him behaving himself?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm afraid to see him misbehave then.
well, he gets a little. But no. So let's see. Who's all in the? Who's commenting right now?
Mostly fake accounts of Spear Dude and J Dog.
Is it real? Is it real Spear Dude?
No.
So
I think it's PH.
Sean.
I said PH.
physical healthcare.
Who's abbreviated PH?
All right, so I'm back. My apologies.
Yeah.
Literally, it was healthcare thing.
Are you dying?
I mean, I got hit by a car, June, so I'm still dealing with the ramifications of that.
Are you?
My
you
ulnar
walk-
nerve got severed.
Wait, what?
My ulnar nerve.
Oh, that's not what I thought you said.
Yeah, I have nerve damage, June. So
Can you walk?
yeah, thankfully,
Um,
I can still walk, wipe, and dress myself.
can you? Okay, well that's good. Do you? Well, so I don't have to buy you a cane.
No, you don't, June. You don't have to buy me a cane.
Oh, I was going to do.
You
that,
can
but-
put that into like film stock or something.
Okay, because I was genuinely concerned about you.
Okay.
What? So, what is a woman?
I don't know. The fucking someone who can give birth has always been my go-to for it.
But according to some people, men can give birth, right?
I mean, there's weird shit with that. What do you think of that fucking boxer? What's your transvestigation on that?
Apparently, people want to see murder on TV, basically.
Well, it's a biological woman in terms of they have a natural womb and a vagina. So, like, what does that say?
Well, are we talking about the one at the Olympics?
Yeah.
Well, based on what I heard, what was reported at first, I haven't really gone further in the details. I heard originally that was a man, and they
Well, it's not. They have a womb,
okay, so
fallopian tubes, all that
then-
shit. No surgery.
so then what was the contents of what happened then?
Some Italian was whining about getting beaten. I don't know.
Okay, so then at
Some
that
cop, by the way. Of course it was.
I mean, no defunding police, but yeah, I mean, if a cop's going to be a sissy, then maybe he should be.
I don't know what does the Department of Education need SWAT teams that are like fucking better equipped than most of our infantry? Because they do. They have that.
Right.
So maybe we should give the police a little bit of defunding. Just a little bit, because I don't need the like Department of Energy having Gucci fucking ARs that our infantry for our military like can't
I mean,
justify purchase.
I'm you know, if here's what I'll sit there and say, and Zach, please jump in if you want to.
All right.
I think if I would rather hear about a teacher, especially with these school shootings, that if he has a conceal and carry license and everything else, he can have a gun in the school that is away from the students in a safe and everything, to basically save the lives of the children instead of having more children get shot. I would rather.
Okay, that's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about SWAT teams that the Department of Education have. Those are essentially the people that would have been sent in on Uvalde. They don't need Gucci 416s.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, SWAT teams, and I don't even think police. I don't even think I don't even know how I feel even about police officers in schools, just because,
it always scared me as a kid.
Yeah, and because, and that's the other thing too. And the other thing is, especially in a small town like where I live, you some of the cops that are at the school, at least when I was in school, I don't know what it's like now because I haven't been to school in like 13 years. It was always the cops that treated this small little town like it was New York City. I mean, with the worst crime that we have in this small town is, jaywalking, maybe, which I do that.
I'm going to report you to the cops, June.
Oh, no.
That's a confession. Legally, it's a confession.
I jaywalked in front of the cops. They don't care, so.
Oh, no, I'm going to have them written up.
Oh, yeah, well.
You can't flaunt the law, June.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Quinn. Make my day.
You
So-
damned criminal.
Yeah, well, like you haven't jaywalked.
No, I actually don't. I don't actually care about jaywalking. I'm joking, but I actually don't think I do jaywalk actually at all.
You know what the definition of jaywalking is, right?
Yes.
Not using the crosswalk.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the guy who's hit by a car.
Yeah, I know. She was in the wrong.
Well,
There's times when drivers are in the wrong, June.
yeah, maybe she was just an old lady, right?
No, she worked at a hospital, the same one I went to. Yeah, no.
What?
I learned that a little while ago. He works at the hospital I was admitted to.
Was she
And
drunk?
then they fucked up my diagnosis on my ulnar a bit.
Well, that's
Was she
ironic.
Yeah,
she-
no.
Was she drunk?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna. Yes, for the record, legal. I'll stay here. She told me she had been wasted and doing whippets and fent. That's what she told me. The driver.
And
That-
and Quaaludes, right?
Yeah. And some meth to keep her up.
Hey,
This is
I-
what she told me in a legally binding way that I'm telling the world now.
was she a hot nurse?
I mean, I don't remember much of the woman who actually hit me, but legitimately the what's the word? The nerve doctor that worked on my arm at the emergency room, one of the hottest women I've seen. Holy shit. It's a shame they knocked out the arm that could have done something about it.
Was she married?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see a ring on her.
There you go, Quinn.
I mean, that'd be nice, but probably not ever hearing from her again.
Never know. Life throws curveballs at you.
Yeah, they're called cars going 30 miles an hour, telling you, "Hey, you're for the streets." I thought that meant something else when the kids said it. You know,
Well, maybe.
I got like 5 new bits out of it. It's great. It's probably legitimately, it's been as good for my comedy career as Big on the Main Room and Kill Tony was.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so anyway, what about? But Zach, what do you think about Matt Walsh's new documentary? Am I racist?
I think I've seen the thumbnail for that, but I didn't actually watch it.
I don't
Didn't
know.
I try to rally gamers despite like not being anything but dismissive towards them in the past?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he did. He tried to dip into Gamergate and got trounced out of it by gamers going like, "Hey, you've been nothing but dismissive to our hobby in the past. What's up?"
I don't
I
know.
remember that now. That was very funny.
I don't know. Like the whole Daily Wire. Like, I watched them a little bit, and like, I will admit the only reason I watched Candace Owen and she's not a part of it anymore is because I think Candace Owen is hot.
I mean, she's also better than Ben Shapiro on a lot of things, if I recall.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
What a fucking... I don't like Ben Shapiro. I don't understand how anyone could look up to him, but then again, I'm 6'2", so...
I don't like Ben Shapiro. I don't like Ben Shapiro.
The only thing me and Ben really have in common is that neither of us have ever made a woman wet.
There's things that Ben Shapiro states that I do agree with, but a lot of it I'm like, eh.
Yeah, but then the other half of it is he's a fucking grifter.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's saying something that may sound correct at the time, he's not saying that because he believes in anything.
Well, and also,
Wasn't he like, yeah, Ben Shapiro, oh man, one of his best quotes was like, Christ was he was a criminal and he got executed justly. Or something.
What?
No, he was like, he called Christ a common criminal. Then said they made a religion out of it. He's very disparaging towards Christians.
well, he is. It's okay. It's okay. He's a Jew.
Yeah, well,
He just needs to. He
that's
just
not
needs.
an issue.
He just needs to. He just needs to keep that yarmulke on his head and shut up. But no. I don't know. Ben Shapiro. I'm not really. I don't know. I really just feel like there's some skeletons in his closet that maybe we don't know about yet.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I don't even think they're really in his closet much.
And then keep in mind the co-owner of the Daily Wire. I mean, his last name says it all. Boring.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
No, Jeremy Boring does suck. Matt Walsh, I think, is probably the
Also, the guy isn't the Courting also named Jeremy Boring, or is it just Boring Jeremy that they call him on Sis?
I don't know, but I don't even know.
That guy sucks so much.
I don't know what.
You remember when the Courting was trying to when Dr. Disrespect thing was going down? The Courting was like firm handshakes, but in quotes, like a Chris Chan post.
I don't even remember. I don't even know what we're talking about. All I know is that and then I think Matt Walsh is probably the funniest out of all of them. But it's like about as funny as. But even then, that's not really comparing much.
Yeah, I was about to fight you, but I remembered. Yeah, that is a relative term. He could very well
Matt
be the
Walsh. I'm not really a
funniest
fan of either.
No, I mean,
yeah, I don't like that guy much.
I think he has good points, but I can't take him seriously because I mean, I can't complain much because I just look like a ginger version of him because I do wear flannel and I have a beard and everything. All I need is the glasses, but he just acts. I will give him that he's fearless, but not necessarily fearless in the the best way, if that makes sense.
I don't know if I consider conservative grifting fearless.
And then Michael Knowles, I'm not. I think the best one, honestly, there is probably Andrew Klavan.
I mean, just though, is he fearless though, or does he know that liberal cancel culture is ultimately ineffective?
I think it's probably a combination, but
I would not give him much credit on being fearless.
I think a lot of it he does know it's liberal cancel culture is baloney. So, but
ineffective is the word I think is the better word to use it, because ultimately all those guys what's his name?
You know how the left is. They're just so obsessed with exposing and canceling people.
Yeah, and now the right's taking that on as well. That's what fucking sucks. You see that? Huh?
To an extent.
Yeah, that fucking trying to get those people fired for making jokes about Donald Trump being assassinated. It's like, if the shoe was on you, June, you've made jokes about Biden being assassinated. I remember them.
Well, a lot of them were more than just jokes. A lot of them were
Do they have power to enact any of that, though? They're jokes. Come on, let's not pretend they're not jokes just because we don't like them.
No, I think it's.
I mean,
the Kyle Gass thing. It's oh yeah, it's a hacky, unfunny joke, but it's a joke. Well, when did we stop allowing jokes?
I think honestly more so. I mean, I will admit, I'll say it publicly, the whole Kyle Gass thing. Yeah, we all reacted to that, and maybe some of us because Quinn didn't because Quinn's a saint. But
well, no, I just think jokes are funny.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I thought it was kind of hacky as a joke, but whatever.
Well, I just thought it was a bad joke, But you can't.
Yeah, I've made jokes about people being killed before. A lot of it's me being I'm usually the one that's the dead one in the jokes. But yeah, you've made hyperbolic statements that are jokes because that's funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. Sense. I get it, but I think that I think a lot of it was Kyle Gass should have waited because I think a lot of it was just poor timing.
Again, when is it? How many? How long do we have to wait to make jokes about someone being killed?
I mean,
that's either acceptable or it's not.
I wouldn't say the day of, but maybe at least a couple days, something.
I mean, I don't know. I might be just built different because when I got hit by the car, I was making jokes to the EMTs. Literally, one of my best bits came from the EMT was transferring me from the stretcher to the bed, and he said, "You're going to have to hug yourself." And so immediately, that's what my therapist keeps telling me. It's one of the best jokes, and I got it in the fucking moment. I'm so proud of that.
Yeah.
It's a fucking good one.
Yeah,
Always kills every time.
I heard.
I suppose so.
Well, but no, I mean, I think a lot of us were just like,
When that happened, we were all kind of like up in arms, you know.
yeah, and didn't react maybe the best way. You know, I think we all can think looking back, like, yeah,
Yeah,
I shouldn't have made a lot of the community tabs I did. So,
yeah, right. It
but
that happens. That really happens a lot during election season. Like,
Well, yeah,
it's
that's
that
why they
time
do
where
it
you
during
say
election
things
season.
that, like, in months from now, you'll look back saying, "Was it really worth it?" You know.
yeah, well, I think that honestly, the best thing we can do is sit there and admit that sometimes, like, yeah, I was a dumbass then. Yes, Quinn, especially me 4 years ago.
Well, yeah, no, I recall. Oh, yeah, those weren't even jokes when you were doing them. I forgot that one entirely. That's
Yeah,
not
that
even the rant I was referring to.
Yeah, well,
Those weren't even jokes. What you were doing, those were literal calls for violence.
yeah, I was a dumbass. So
Yeah, but like, how can you not do the "but for the grace of God go I" thing when you've literally done that in the past?
hey, I what
Like
am I?
you by default would have to be less harsh on this person because you literally called for violence before in a way that wasn't joking.
What have I said? What did I just say? I was a dumbass. So
Right. But again, you're not giving this other person, you'd think, realizing that you were a dumbass, you'd
Yeah.
give the next person a little bit of leeway, but you don't.
yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect. So
Right. But when you make when you do the judgment thing like you did on Kyle Gass or whatever, or these people, like, you kind of have to remember,
Well,
man, I've done worse than this. Maybe I shouldn't draw attention to that. Like,
Well,
maybe
keep
I
in mind,
shouldn't be
me and
judging.
Ty are also not on Kyle's side of the political spectrum.
Right. Which is, so what you're saying is it's okay for you to do because you're politics, though?
No, not
Right.
it's
I'm
not-
saying if it's acceptable for you to
bias thing.
do, it should be
Well,
acceptable for the others to do.
I think
I'm saying you
it's more
should
of like
both
a
be allowed to
bias
make these jokes.
thing is what I'm trying to say.
well, we should never judge somebody based on their worst moment, and like that was one of my worst moments. It was one of Kyle Gass's worst moments, and you know what? I don't. You know,
I
I'm
don't
trying
even
to.
think either were that bad.
I'm
Being
trying to.
fair, that wasn't your worst moment, June.
I'm trying to get better as I was yesterday, and I think I've gotten a lot better. Somewhat, still working on it a little bit, but I think I'll continue to work on it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
I'm just going to be an advocate for jokes consistently.
but no, I mean,
I guess that's because that's my bias.
I'll like I said, I've made mistakes, so
Yeah, we all had.
so
Yeah, but you'd think like you'd learn from it in terms of what you should and shouldn't be drawing like judgment over from those mistakes.
well, it's kind of like
Hey.
I always go back to the quote from Godfather 3. Just when you think you're out, it pulls you back in. You know, something kind of pulls you back in a little bit, and you know, I guess one of the things I need to work on is
Self-awareness.
I was going to say
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just going to give you a suggestion.
reservedness is what I was going to say.
Okay. I think self-awareness will really help with that.
Maybe.
Did you guys see any of the Olympics post outside of the highlights, the annoyances that you got with them?
No, I
The
didn't
shooting
bother
shit
with
was pretty
anything with
good.
the Olympics.
That lady who broke that record was pretty cool.
No,
So
I quit.
Turkey's shooter was very funny.
I kind of quit watching the Olympics. So
I mean, I'm only seeing stuff on Twitter, so.
you mean X?
But the fucking Turkish. Hang on, my cat's getting some wires.
Isn't it X? I thought it was X now.
I'm okay with dead naming Twitter.
I thought it was Land of the Libtards.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it Twitter. I don't give a shit what Elon Musk thinks it is, because that man's quickly becoming a Neil Breen character.
I mean, honestly, Elon Musk.
He's
It's
always
like
hung up over X's.
it's weird. I I don't know how I feel about him. Like I I love the fact that he's bold and he's
Is
brash,
he?
but then it's like I don't know. Like there's
I've
something,
never really had a problem with Elon Musk.
but he's
I
also,
hate him. He's fucking cringe.
but he's also kind of creepy looking. Like he looks like a lizard person.
He's also weirdly obsessed with coercing his female employees to breed with him. That's weird. He's just also, I don't know where you get him being brash and bold from, because he's like disgustingly agreeable on most shit. Beyond
I'm more saying that like what he said about Disney, which I appreciate. So, but that's what.
yeah, but then didn't he go back on that like 5 seconds later?
Oh.
Man has no principles.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
It's hard to say.
I mean, I think that honestly, I think every celebrity at some point is a flip flopper. So
Yeah, and we should hold them to task for that too.
yeah, no, I mean,
Like we just because others do it doesn't make it acceptable.
exactly. We
Yep.
should.
But
mean-
he's also just the least funny man alive. It sucks.
I still think he's a lizard person, though.
Well, yeah, probably in the same way that Zuckerberg is.
Oh yeah.
Although Zuckerberg's breaking the... Holy shit, though. Did you hear that thing Elon Musk said about there'll be 10 billion humanoid robots? It's like, I'm literally watching fucking a Neil Breen movie. Was what was my thought. It's like, that's absolutely a line from specifically Twisted Pair. Just 10 billion humanoid robots.
So, Quinn, how is Last Soul coming?
It's coming really good, actually. I got some new shit from my concept artist guy. I'm redoing episode 2 to make it more in line and expand and flesh out the characters. I have some really cool concepts. Unfortunately, I keep getting distracted by other scripts I'm writing, like a Silent Hill fan film, a Resident Evil Outbreak animation that follows a squad of UBCS guys during the fall of Raccoon City.
You're doing a Resident Evil animation.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get some guy I know to do it through Source Filmmaker or something, or maybe I'll do it myself. Who knows?
Oh, nice.
I've been looking forward to learning animation more in terms of Source Filmmaker. And then I got a bunch of shit in the works. But New Soul is coming good.
Yeah.
I just kind of got distracted, but I've got a lot more in terms of fleshing out done, where I'm now focusing less specifically on the events of the story, and now focusing more on who the characters are as people, like what their aura is.
Do you see this? Like, are you going to sit there and expand it into books and everything and video games?
Video game I want to do, but I can't figure out the loop. It is far too talky to be a video game, in my opinion.
Well, like, what about somewhere in the Lost Souls universe?
Well, it's New Soul, Old Souls. Lost Soul was a potential sequel to when it was still a movie.
Well, what? Okay, regardless.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll use Lost Souls for something.
Okay, New Soul, whatever the title is now.
Yeah.
Could you see the universe expanding into video games? Maybe spin-off books, comic books, etc. Toys.
Well, comic books definitely. Toys, no. Definitely not toys.
You don't. Come on, that's where the real money is, merchandising.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the real money. I give a shit about the art.
I mean, come on, Zach. You want? Wouldn't it be cool to have an Italian Sniper action figure?
That would be cool.
Yeah, it's a different franchise than mine.
Hey. But Zach, if you get an Italian Sniper action figure, what's the obvious joke you have to make?
I'm playing with myself.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I can't laugh at that because that's literally something Perry Caravello said in Windy City Heat.
But it's
where
it's
the joke is that it's like, oof.
Yeah, exactly. The low-hanging fruit humor.
Yeah. It's just that one. That one's too specific for me to laugh at earnestly. Because especially the part where the doll is all fat and gross of him. It's very funny.
I went to the doctor one time. The doctor The doctor sit there and said, "You're fat." And I sit there, told the doctor, "Tell me something I don't know, doc. Thanks for telling me that."
Wow.
Now tell me why I can't feel my left arm. And he said, yeah, that's why.
He
Diabetes.
he also sit there and told me to open up my mouth and say oink. Because I guess he thinks I'm a pig.
So, any updates on the whole Fabio scenario?
What Fabio scenario?
When he quit his job?
Not that I've heard. Well,
why would we know that?
Because
does he talk about that shit, personal life like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay. I just don't watch the shit much. It's like that's a weird thing to know about, I guess.
So
I guess you talk about your personal life.
Keep
I
up with
guess.
drama and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
he basically some 21-year-old, maybe 21. I'm just saying a number. Some 21-year-old libtard tried to cancel Fabio, and just accused. Basically, Fabio tried to almost got Amber Turded.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to what?
A coworker was accusing him of stuff that he didn't do.
Okay.
He got Amber Turded, basically.
You're doing a hat on a hat, June.
Yeah. See, I just would not recommend working at a grocery store.
I mean, retail sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Zach.
Well, I'll be working in retail again, so.
Yeah, it's just that's the facts of life. It's unfortunate. I wish those jobs could be better,
Right.
but they are not.
I like what I'm doing. I wish I worked more hours, but
I got a pretty cushy
hey,
life.
Jonathan, I like the white logo you used for your channel profile. Oh,
yeah, I actually do like the logo. It.
yeah, I made it, so.
Yeah.
Was that a font you found, or did you write those characters yourself?
I did everything.
Nice. It looks cool.
Yeah,
I like
thanks.
how the end of it's kind of like a bit of a dagger. It's like a sword almost.
Yeah, well, it's funny because at the time when I made this logo, I think I released was it Genesis Around? So that because in that franchise there's like swords and stuff, so I thought it was kind of fitting.
Yeah.
So
Have
I
you
just
played
kinda
Myth?
stuck with it.
Have you played Myth? Either of you guys?
No.
Old Bungie RPG pre-Halo. Right, actually
Bunch,
pre-Halo.
yeah.
Literally half their team got at one point. I think I just found this out today, but their team, like half of them, left to go work on Halo in the sequel.
Myth or Mist?
Myth. Myst is a different game. I don't think that's a Bungie one.
Oh, so Bungie developers are going over to develop the new Halo or something?
No. This is back in like '99. Halo 1.
It sounds familiar. I actually might know the guy who.
Well, you know, like Marty O'Donnell, don't you?
No, but I might know a
He's
guy
a great composer.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I might know the guy who actually designed some of the creatures for it.
Oh, neat.
I mean, with Halo,
I'm trying to remember who that would have been. Hang on, let me get my Art of Halo. That's a pretty cool person to know. Well, it's not like I'm gonna dox you, dude. Shut up.
Well, with Halo, it's
come on, you're not
love
gonna
it or
dox me
hate it.
again,
It
are
has
you?
a great soundtrack.
Wait, who's saying love it or how can you hate Halo?
I'm just saying, love
Halo's
it or
great.
hate it. Halo has a great soundtrack.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, just great game in general.
Well, the guy,
perfect without flaw.
If you do find out who it is, Quinn, just he does. He's a very private person, but no.
Yeah, I think
he designed a lot of the creatures for Halo. He also designed the creatures for BioShock.
Hang on, let me try to think of how many names I can remember.
He also.
I know who it's not. I know it's not Rob McLeese, unfortunately.
If I don't know his last name, I'll just put his first name in the private chat.
You don't even have to do that, dog. It's a fun puzzle for me to figure out myself.
Okay. Well, he also designed stuff for Legacy of Kain.
Oh, cool. I haven't played that game in ages, but I got it as part of like a thing.
And like I said, BioShock as well.
Yeah.
And he's starting his own game company in Kansas. So
Well,
what's
with
it-
Halo,
with my cousin.
there hasn't been a good Halo game since Halo 4, in my opinion.
Incorrect. Legends 5 was also pretty decent. And Infinite I actually really liked too. Infinite
What
had
is-
some of the best sandbox gameplay.
And then
Oh,
my
really?
cousin,
I've never played Infinite, so
Yeah,
my
as
cou-
far as the gunplay goes, it's probably one of the better Halos actually.
he's working, and then he's also designing a game, well, like I said, with my cousin. So
Did he work on Pathways into Darkness?
I'm not sure. I would text my cousin, but
Yeah, don't bother this man for my sake.
no, but I wouldn't. But
yeah,
no, me and my cousin aren't getting along too well right now.
that's a shame.
Well, how do I put
me and my cousins have never been close either, so
well,
don't feel bad.
me and my cousin Quinn, I guess, how do I word this? He's kind of a basically a lot of people who, like how I used to be. I think it was kind of like, I was kind of becoming more and more like him a little bit just by being around him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of not necessarily the best person to be around.
Okay.
Kind of just kind of a Christian extremist.
Yeah, I remember when you still kind of think of yourself as a little bit extremist, don't you?
I mean, I will
You
admit,
see yourself as fairly edgy.
For me, I have my moments.
I have my moments and everything, but I think I'm just trying to, like I said, just get better.
Well, I'm just saying you're on your my comment on that is you're on your way to getting quote unquote better as much as you think that's better, I guess. You're like because your beliefs are really fairly centrist in milk toast.
I like milk and toast.
Yep, I can tell by your opinions politically.
Well, I think that I don't know. I mean, but I would, and then there was just lack of disrespect on both my cousins' ends. Like they didn't even tell me they had significant others that they're dating people, which I just thought was very odd.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just weren't as close with them as you thought you were.
Yeah, so it kind of just felt like I was stabbed in the back. So
Okay. I mean, I don't see why that's stabbing you in the back, but whatever. It's
well, I just thought we were close. Like I would tell them if I was seeing someone, and then they didn't even tell me. And then my one cousin dated this, now married to this evangelist.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, dude, like this guy's trying to convert everybody. I'm like, I used to, you believe me, yeah, I was that type of Christian, but now it's like, you know what, you believe what you want to believe. If you want to believe if you want to worship a crocodile, go ahead, cool, dude. I don't really care,
Crocodiles are cool.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
actually a perfect design. They haven't changed since like ever.
Exactly. So guess what? Just work. Yeah, Zach. Maybe. Yeah. If somebody worships a crocodile, I'm gonna be sitting there. That's cool.
Yeah.
But no.
Salmon
So-
crabs, perfect designs.
Anyway, Arnold just then there's Arnold that just says a whole bunch of stupid stuff now. But
Well, I saw something that he said recently that, this generation's raising a bunch of wimps or something.
yeah, which
Yeah, kind of.
it is true.
Schwarzenegger, you're talking about? Is he saying that?
Yep.
Yeah, but this is also the guy that sits there and says, "Remember, screw your freedom."
Well, yeah, it's these fucking people don't have any type of real integrity or like belief system.
Mm-hmm. No, well, but I do appreciate what Arnold is saying though, how he doesn't like how basically how both sides really are spreading this hatred, and like
Oh, he's both sidesing it now, huh?
yeah, which I mean,
Deflection
I mean,
tactic.
Yeah, it's not wrong though.
Right, but doing so absolves him and his ilk of any kind of actual responsibility that they're still going to be demanding of the other side.
well, I don't know, I don't know, maybe Zach, it's kind of funny as I've gotten old. Maybe John Lennon wasn't exactly so much of a hippie as people thought he was.
Oh yeah.
No.
I mean, let's I mean, maybe Imagine was a better song than people think about it at the time was, and all the other songs that he wrote after the Beatles, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's kind of funny. We talked to June June or Ty, whatever people call me. I don't. It's like weird.
Hang on, can we suggest names to call you?
I mean, well, pretty sure Quinn could come up with a whole bunch of.
Oh yeah, I got a few. Just off the dome, I just got to censor them for YouTube. I'm sorry, you walked right the fuck into that one. How am I not supposed to take that one?
You
talk about low hanging fruit. Come on.
Okay, that was a pretty good one. I'll give you it. But I don't know, like 4 years ago, I think I was for all this, like, Civil War, revolution. Now it's like, dude, I don't know. Why can't we? I don't know.
Well, I know Sean hates this term, but agree to disagree.
Yeah, I just say
the Civil War is gonna fucking suck because no one's actually prepared to fight one.
Oh, I just say peace. Call me a hippie.
It would be preferable if we could have peace.
Yeah,
hopefully we can.
This has come.
Well, I'm not for either side, but the people on the left, they gotta stop being like manipulated by the media, though.
Are we to suggest that we're all immune to propaganda here? Being fair.
Well, I just say that because it's like, because they're always calling people ist or phobe or bigot or whatever.
Yeah, but every side, every like political faction is going to have useful idiots.
Well, yeah.
And it's going to be overwhelming.
Well, I don't know. Maybe George Orwell was right. War is
also,
peace.
By the way, were you claiming earlier that George Washington didn't have children?
Yeah, he had stepchildren.
I don't think that's true.
No. He had children. He didn't.
Hey, what's up, Prison Meddler?
He didn't have children. Martha had children from a previous marriage that George Washington got married to.
I gotta look that up because if that's true, then how is he on my Ancestry.com? I guess through Robert.
Well, maybe you're related to one of. Maybe.
Okay, so Martha Washington's kid Ely married.
Yeah.
But then I'm also related to that person through blood too.
Yeah, so
it's very funny because I'm related to that both of them, both by like blood and marriage.
Incest?
I mean, being fair, it was the fucking 1700s. Yeah, maybe, probably. I would guess that's likely.
Yeah, none.
That
try and hang in there.
Well,
we also founded Sunnyvale, my ancestors, the Murphys.
Yeah, I'm related to Jenny Lind, an opera singer, the Swedish Nightingale. I can sing, not very well, but obviously opera did not pass far down from me, so I can't sing opera. But I'm also related to Gordon McRae. And then I'm walking right into this one here, Quinn. I'm actually related to a former president, but probably one of our worst presidents. Not the current one, though.
Who even is the current one?
Oh yeah, are you a Wilson? Are you related to Wilson?
No, thank God. No,
Okay. Who?
Nixon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me a president sucks, I'll be like, yep, definitely.
Yeah, Ty.
It's always going to be true.
I don't know if you've seen my film Undercover.
Yeah.
Well, something funny actually. The guy that played.
I'm sorry, I just thought of something really funny, but I don't know if anyone else will get it. But I'm imagining Eric's dad is like FBI, right? Or former FBI.
Oh, I don't.
I'm just imagining Eric as an agent to embarrass Junebug to further disgrace Nixon now by the deep state. It's a pretty funny concept.
All I'm going to sit there and answer is yes, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said that on a stream or not, but or
He
how
did. Otherwise, I wouldn't know about it.
Okay.
All right. Well, what I was trying to say was the guy that plays the villain in Undercover is actually related to the blonde girl. I don't remember her name in Rambo 4.
Judy Van. Is it Judy?
Oh yeah, the woman who played Miranda Keys. Fuck, I used to love her. I can't remember her name now. She was on Dexter.
Judy
She
Ben.
was in Punisher. Yeah, she's great.
Or is it Judy or Julie?
Julie.
Yeah.
Well,
she's related to the villain in my film Undercover.
Quinn probably just had a crush on her.
Yeah, not actually no. I was never really attracted to her. Weirdly,
you know what?
Look to me.
You know what?
She's a great actress though. I love her as an actress.
You know
She's
what?
not my type.
Quinn.
What?
Hottest woman you've ever seen on screen?
Honestly, I know you're all going to expect me to say Halle Berry, but I think the woman I've been most viscerally attracted to on a screen, Angela Bassett in Strange Days.
I don't think I've seen Strange Days, but Angela Bassett's pretty good looking.
And in Strange Days, it's exponential because she's got such an insanely just noble energy, I guess is the best way to describe it.
I'm sure you would know at least have an idea what my answer would be.
An Asian woman?
Yeah.
Lucy Liu. I don't know.
Ming Na? You got a thing for Ming Na Wen?
I think Michelle Yeoh would be another.
Really? Okay. I mean, I like Michelle Yeoh as an actress. It's like she's a great actress, just not really my type. But as far as would I hire for any action movie, of course, yeah, she's great.
I would probably say for me.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah,
I would probably say for me. Brigitte Bardot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as Fabio Setzer says, fuck the French, but there's one good thing about the French. They got beautiful women.
I'm just remembering some Twitter stuff about just however
yeah.
There's just some funny stuff about the French on Twitter. I don't think it's fun to repeat on YouTube.
Yeah, it's true. Prison Meddler. I can believe that.
I don't. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I sometimes forget she was a Michelle. There's like two periods of Asian cinema in my life. There's pre-hardboiled and post-hardboiled, and I was not a big into Asian cinema before it, and that's when I saw Crouching Tiger.
Yeah, since I'm a guy that's really big into martial arts films.
Yeah, I've never been into those.
I've actually never seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I know that
it is good. It's good. I should check it out.
I probably like it.
As far as the wuxia goes, it's one of the tops of those.
I do like it. I think that it's one of those where it's not as good as everybody says it is, in my personal opinion, just because I'm not a fan of the whole extreme wire fu,
Yeah, well, I think The Matrix had that too.
Yeah, the Matrix is very highly stylized in terms of close to being wuxia.
Well, I'm not. I think it works in the Matrix just because it's kind of like it's in the
It's kind of its own thing.
yeah. It's kind of in that fantasy world, so it kind of works with the Matrix. But
Yeah, I
like,
think most of these are in fantasy worlds too, though.
I don't know.
I know what he means, though.
Yeah.
The Matrix,
Well, the Matrix is on its face a fictional world.
right? So, but I don't know. I mean, I need to see. I saw Crouching Hidden Tiger like when it first came out. I have to remember the sequel more. So,
Speaking of the Matrix, I completely forgot that they're actually doing a Matrix 5, apparently.
I think that got canceled.
Did it?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I actually didn't dislike Resurrections. I thought it was a weirdly like poetic refreshing of the original Matrix's kind of influences.
I'm kind
Like
of
if you watch Chinese like action flicks now, they kind of look similar.
Well, with Matrix Resurrections, I mean, I'm kind of mixed on it. I mean, I do like that it's kind of like a modern take on the Matrix. Like, I mean, that's basically what it is the Matrix made in today's time.
I
Well,
like.
no, it's a sequel to the Matrix
Right.
series.
Well, I was. I guess. I guess the way I would put it is, it's like a movie that you could put Resurrections is like a movie like you'll put on in the background as you like go bake cookies or something, you know. Like I'm not going to sit down and watch it, you know, but
Yeah.
that's kind of how I feel about it. But like, I honestly, here's my thing. I honestly wonder if the one Wachowski should not have directed it. Yeah, like they should have just produced it and maybe give it to someone else. And I don't know who that could have been.
Nah, it's too ingrained into them. Like they literally, they are such a part of the Matrix. I think it should have been both of them, to be fair. But they are such a part of the Matrix. It is such a product of them and their interest and personality. I don't think it should be handed off to anyone else. I'd rather not have more Matrixes than a non-Wachowski Matrix.
Yeah.
I think
We
that's something fandom needs.
Films.
Well,
I think that's what fandom needs more than anything is the ability to be like, yeah, I'd rather not have that rather than just have content.
I guess what I mean by another director is like what George Lucas did with Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, where basically they're guiding, but like it's but like they're directing it, you know.
A couple things I want to see is I want to see a more mature films of Power Rangers and TMNT.
Well,
Okay, Shin Kamen Rider. Do that one. That one rules. Like, legitimately, Shin Kamen Rider's fucking sick. Also, Shin Ultraman.
Oh, yeah. I still got to check out Shin Ultraman.
Yeah, Tokusatsu, I'm getting into it. It's neat.
I thought Ultraman,
Yeah, because I am a big Ultraman fan as well.
I thought
Oh,
Ultraman,
you've not seen Shin Ultraman yet?
Nope.
Oh, man, you're in for a treat.
I thought Ultraman.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
I thought Ultraman was your favorite superhero, Zach.
I haven't seen everything.
You know,
I'm like a new fan though.
You know, I want to know who do you think is that's going to be the monster for whatever they decide to call the sequel to -1? Because they did say
the rumor is Biollante.
Yeah,
and that's who that girl becomes at when she had something like she got like infected or something at the end of the movie.
Yeah. I feel you. I think that's what the case is.
So wait, the girl who, I mean, spoiler alert for the movie.
Yeah, she's infected with G cells. It's very obvious.
So the girl who got blown up, and it's at the end of the movie, she becomes Biollante.
Well, she didn't get blown up. She got thrown by a shockwave, but she's already been infected with regenerating G cells.
Yeah. So you think she becomes Biollante then?
I mean, that's a way they could very easily take it. And I think that's probably the most interesting way to take it, actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that happen though. And it would actually leave the main character with more like like consequences or like
Yeah.
like morally making a tough decision in the sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but man, though what I liked, just what I liked about -1 though. I mean, they really took from
It's basically a remake of the original.
basically, but like they did take a lot from Hishiro Honda's experience in the war. Like he literally did have a mortar shell that wouldn't go off. That didn't go off, and then he chose not to kamikaze himself, and then he was deemed this. He basically was deemed a disgrace and everything. But because the mortar shell never went off, he literally had the mortar shell in his office at Toho. So every day he would go to work, he would literally stare down death, and like they
You'd be like, maybe today's the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, I think Biollante would be a good villain for a sequel, and then Godzilla will kind of turn into like a good guy.
Yeah.
I want to see Gigan at the third one.
That could happen.
So I don't know, like, when are you gonna do Megalon, right, Zach?
Yeah. Megalon's kind of underrated.
Or why not just have? And I don't know. Why not Katakawa just raise the funds to do it, and maybe we could have Gamera -1.
Yeah. Or maybe in the third -1 sequel or whatever, he can meet up with Gamera, because it needs to happen.
The only thing is getting Toho and Katakawa to actually do it is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Japan, they're more willing to partner up than a lot of the American studios, but
Yeah, I believe it.
I don't know. Like, I still think it would be a fun thing to see, though.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, are we really going to have to wait till 2027 for a new Godzilla movie? Unless we get the -1 sequel before then, like in like 2026 or something.
I don't know. I mean, well, I'm just like, what are they even going to do now for the MonsterVerse? Like.
Well, here's the thing with the MonsterVerse. They got to stop just making it about Godzilla and Kong. There's other monsters that they can cover.
Right. I would say, I mean, they could do, like, honestly, at this rate, I would have to sit there and say the only way to probably make it a success is you would have to, well, here's what I would at least do. And I know Quinn's going to criticize this one. I would sit there and say, shoot a Gamera movie for the MonsterVerse. Try to get the rights from Toho to Katakawa. For Katakawa, and put Gamera in the MonsterVerse, but make a solo Gamera movie. But because Gamera probably would not be a major hit, you basically do a singles and doubles approach. You basically shoot Gamera for like maybe like 35 million, something like that.
Or what you could do is do a Gamera movie after a Godzilla versus Gamera film, because I think that would be a bigger hit because Godzilla is obviously more popular.
Right. Well, maybe. Unless you do,
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
Yeah. Although we know that you need Prison Metal might.
You
might need-
know, Sean still gets on me for that video I did on Rachel Zegler,
oh, believe
What
me.
was it?
where
Who's he?
she apparently got nominated as like best action star of the year. I think
For what?
like Hunger Games or something.
that
Okay.
last Hunger Games prequel that they did.
Oh, you mean Battle Royale Light for young
Yeah.
adults?
What was it? Ballads and Snakes or something?
Shonen Battle
Ballad
Royale.
of the Bird or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't care to see it, but no, it's okay. If it makes you feel any better, Zach, I still get in trouble because I said that I sat there and said that she's not Snow White.
Yeah, she's not.
She's Snow Brown because Snow White was literally called Snow White because her skin was as white as snow. That's not racist.
What-
That's literally the character.
It's literally a fact. Yeah. So whatever happened to that movie anyway? Did it get canceled?
I don't know. Quinn probably has more insight than we do.
As far as I know, it is. Didn't it release?
I don't think so. I thought we would have
I
heard
thought-
about it.
I mean, I wouldn't have heard about it. I don't give a shit about fucking Snow White. I'm an adult.
Right. I am too, but it's like
Why should I be pocket watching Disney?
I mean, we heard about, the Little Mermaid remake.
Yeah, I think people lost their shit for dumb reasons over that too.
Well, yeah, even
The funniest thing is, the actual story behind Little Mermaid, like the story.
yeah, it's like really dark.
No, I'm talking about the reason Hans, whatever his fucking name, wrote it.
I might have heard at some point, but
He's a gay sex pest who wrote it about some dude, and he's supposed to be Ariel. And he lived with this dude and his wife, the dude's wife, because he just was so obsessed with this dude. That's literal fact.
yeah,
It's a self-insert story with him as Ariel.
well, I mean, a lot of great authors were gay.
Yeah, I know. I just think that's very funny that we're all like, oh, it's woke. It's like, yeah, it's written by a gay man. As like a sex pest thing. Because he couldn't get out this dude was straight.
Hey, Arthur C. Clarke was gay.
Yeah, I didn't care. It's not as funny that Arthur C. Clarke was gay than that Ariel the mermaid is literal gay man self-insert.
I mean,
Just super
wait,
funny.
I mean, well, come on. Have you guys seen a picture of Hans Christian Andersen? He looks like a gay guy. So
Yeah, I know. It's funny that it's that Ariel is literally a self-insert because
I know.
he's some fucking sex pest. I just don't think the original story is so sacred for that kind of shit. In all honesty, it's like, who gives a shit?
no,
It's like some of the jokes are pretty funny,
well,
but overall, I think it's just ugh. Yeah, anyone who was going to see that, I'm not a fan. I'm not an ally with. But also, anyone who's going to loudly not see it is not my ally either.
I mean,
I'm not interested in anything Star Wars, to be honest with you.
I just got into. I'm about to watch Andor, like fully. That shit's pretty cash.
I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, someone watched The Acolyte? Yeah, I just didn't watch that. That's how I dealt with that. I just didn't care enough to watch it.
I don't know. I'm just done with Star Wars, so
Andor's good. Andor's sick as fuck.
I'm just not. I just have zero interest. So
Yeah.
And-
You're missing out on some real fun performances. Great
I
writing
don't-
too,
I
actually.
don't like that guy as an actor. An actor, the guy who plays Andor. So
Yeah, he's mid as Andor. I'm talking about other guys.
yeah, well,
What's his fucking name?
I'm just not a fan of him as an actor. I think he sucks.
I mean, he's pretty. Wouldn't say he sucks. He's fairly mid, but like sucks.
What?
I couldn't say he sucks because of all the terrible performances I've seen in the past.
Wait, what?
The guy who plays Andor, I would say he's mid. Oh, sorry. I'm not watching the chat. My apologies.
Well, hey, I mean, if I wouldn't be surprised with Disney now if that's true.
Well,
I don't know. We don't need a Toy Story 5.
We didn't
We
even need
didn't need Toy Story 3.
I agree. Wait,
We don't need any of these movies, being fucking honest. Art doesn't matter in the specific.
wait. I think Quinn and I might actually agree on Toy Story 3. I think Toy Story 3 sucks.
I thought it was
It's actually
memorable. It's like, okay, but like my real point is that no art is actually important in the specific. We don't need any of these movies. We didn't need Star Wars.
I don't know. I mean,
What's
Star-
important about art is that our species is driven to create it, not any piece of it in specific.
Okay, yeah, I see the point there, but Star Wars came out at that time though when people wanted that true escapism with after the Vietnam War, Watergate, and
That's weird that because George Lucas specifically styled the Empire after us in the Vietnam War.
exactly, but he put it in a fantasy sort of setting, so
I think people, I don't know how much escapism that is.
yes, but
No, I get you. I feel you. I understand.
I mean, so, but no, I mean I don't know. Toy Story 3 though, I kind of have an issue with it though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Toy Story 3, I have an issue with it though, just because it's like, it's this random kid who, it's now keep in mind, Andy's 18 years old, and he gives toys to a girl who's what? Isn't she like 4?
Yeah, his mom probably set it up.
Yeah, but
It's probably a friend of his mom's. That's what my mom did when I grew up. Is she gave my toys away to someone who could use them. Shit,
Yeah,
she gave away shit she
but-
shouldn't have too, like my N64.
but
games.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, then you have Andy drive a kind of a very sus looking minivan that's pretty much off white and everything.
oh yeah, Shrek 5. It's really funny because the fourth one was marketed as like the final chapter, and then they're doing a fifth one. It's like
Wait,
okay.
it's not the final chapter? Shocker.
You know what's funny in the book that like there's a line in the book of Shrek that's like God hates Shrek. He's an abomination. No one should love him. It's really funny. The original book's very different.
Well, yeah. It's like what? It's like 10 pages.
A repugnant green monster who leaves. Even the Wikipedia thing is very funny.
See, I don't know how popular this opinion is, but I do think Shrek is a better franchise than Toy Story.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like it's had better movies overall.
I mean, I think at least maybe after the third.
See, I actually didn't mind. I actually like the fourth one more than the third.
I haven't seen the granted. I actually have not seen the Shrek movies in a long time. So
I don't think I watched past 2.
he just liked it when Pinocchio wore a G-string, probably.
Yeah, after that I was finished. You know,
Hey,
didn't need any more.
Hey.
I'm like, yeah, that's good. I'm good with that. That's
Hey,
enough.
hey, Zach. Quinn got wood from Pinocchio wearing a G-string in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Hat on a hat, dog. It's a hat on a hat. I was already making the joke.
Hey, Quinn, did you ever see a picture though of the? You saw the picture though of the Donald Trump shooter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, seriously, am I the only one? I cannot stress this enough. I am. My autism is really kicking in with this. Okay, so forgive me. He looks like Beavis. How can does anybody not see this but me?
I mean, I never actually watched Beavis and Butthead, so.
But look, if you at least know what Beavis looks like.
Yeah, no. I mean, Beavis is a character. This is a human being, so it's hard to like.
But if you see,
Let me look him up again. Thomas, what's his fucking name?
Thomas Crooks.
Matthew Crooks.
He looks like Beavis.
No, there's some other specific internet person he looks like. Holy shit, who is he? This is circa probably 2005. An internet like being bullied personality.
Chris Chan.
No, I don't. Well, maybe pre-internet Chris Chan, so around 2005, but not really Chris Chan. I'm trying to think of who he looks like. It's a specific person I'm thinking of.
Well, here, and of course he was a tranny.
I thought this kid was a registered Republican that was like thinking Trump wasn't fucking right enough.
Nah, I don't know.
That's what I heard. He was literally a registered Republican who didn't think Trump went far enough.
I don't know. I think,
and granted, that would be probably a thing where if it's a conspiracy, it's absolutely you hire a person who just registers as that.
you could register, doesn't mean you are one.
Yeah, I know. It's literally what I'm saying is if that was a thing, but I heard that his internet history was like, yeah, Trump's not right enough. And there's nothing about him being trans.
Well, didn't I thought he didn't have a lot of social media stuff or something.
Yeah, so how would we think this person's trans?
Well, Zach,
just because he has long hair at the time?
Well, Zach, you're the one that told me that. Where did you hear that?
Well, it might have been AI generated. I don't know.
But Larry
but
and
apparently there's a photo out there that they're claiming is like him, and then I'm hearing like, oh, it's because you know how
why does he look
you
like
know how
the kid
fact
from Love on
checkers
the
are.
Spectrum?
It's like, oh yeah, this is false or whatever.
What'd you say, Quinn?
There's this video. I'm not sure if it's of the shooter. It could be. I don't know. But he looks like one of the guys from Love on the Spectrum, except like a shooter, and in better shape. It's the long hair, the perpetual like kind of squint. Jesus, it's wild watching that show, knowing like 3 people on it.
Dude, I don't know. It's just like one of those things. It's like, oh my gosh, like. Well, I'm curious now. Can Donald Trump even hear out of that ear now? You know?
Yeah, probably. It looks like just tissue damage on the extreme, like outside of it.
What?
It doesn't look like there's anything more than just minor tissue damage on his ear.
What?
Yeah, it's not a very particularly funny bit, June. I'd kind of abandon that one.
What?
Right, June, this is a legal threat. I'm going to literally shoot you over the internet if you keep doing this joke, because it's not funny.
I farted.
I'm going to take an AR-15 style rifle and blow your ear off, dog. Why is there a picture of Logan Paul here? What the fuck? What is wrong with Google? AI just ruined all our search engines.
Where do I start?
I mean, AI just ruined all our search engines, didn't it? We really need a Butlerian jihad.
Yeah, I should probably end it here soon, though.
No. You know what we need? We need the Krizak Satarak.
No, the Krizak Satarak would be a bad thing to have, dog.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not an accelerationism to like 60 whatever fucking pica Hitlers or however that is.
We need the. Yeah, come on, Quinn.
How did he measure his kill count in? It was literally like Deca Hitlers or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. People who love Dune Part 2 are. It's gonna be so interesting to see how Dune Messiah even turns out.
That's gonna be great.
Like people who think that Paul is this great hero. Oh my gosh, no.
Being fair, I don't think there's anyone who thinks that watching the new Dune. I think it's much more obvious culturally to us that Paul is not specifically the good guy.
Are you sure?
I think that has seeped into pop culture enough where it's become passé to correct people.
Yeah. Well,
when it becomes passé to correct people, kind of deal, where it's like, oh my god, everyone knows this.
When are they going to? I want to know when are they going to do? I can't wait for God Emperor of Dune though.
Yeah.
That one's going to be interesting. But yeah, so you wanted to end it, Zach?
Yeah.
No, Zach, no, don't. Seek help. Get to call the suicide hotline. What? Oh, different thing. Sorry. My apologies. I misunderstood.
You know,
It's okay.
it's as someone that has called the hotline number before, I did laugh at that. So.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, Zach. God's waiting for you.
Not if you
Oh,
kill
yeah.
yourself. It's literally the one thing. He's like, nope.
No. God
Not
forgives
getting in
all past. God forgives all past, present, and future sins. So therefore, and plus,
Isn't
that's
that literally the one thing that still guaranteed sends you into hell? I think the mechanics of it are you're not able to get forgiven to go through the process once you do it.
that's Catholics.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
And
it's not the
Catholic.
unforgivable sin.
Well, yeah, the unforgivable is pedophilia.
Is it though for Catholics?
Well, not Catholics,
Yeah, okay.
because Catholics.
Because if we're talking Catholics, it's not
Okay,
unforgivable.
Listen,
for them.
listen. I will go as far to say, and Catholics, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, yes, they're Christian, but I have a lot of issues with Catholic. Because keep in mind, I always make the joke that I grew with religion. I grew up on the opposite end of the spectrum. My mom's Catholic, and my dad is Baptist. So.
Yeah, I grew up Unitarian, so basically atheist. Basically, I am not a believer or Christian because I was a Unitarian.
Yo, Daniel.
Oh shit! No, I didn't talk about the Bungie thing though.
Nice.
But man, that shit's wild. Myth is fucking crazy, and then the progression of that to Halo in terms of how all Bungie shit really is the same story being repeated over and over and over. Where it's an era of light, era of dark. That shit's crazy. I've been playing Marathon too. That's great.
Yeah.
Marathon was sick as fuck, especially too when it had that art by Craig Mullins. That shit's way cool.
So we need to, you know what, Quinn, I thought of a way how you can fund your project.
Mm-hmm.
You should sue the doctor.
I mean, at least I lost like 3 jobs from this. I'm getting some money, but I'm probably gonna use that to just upgrade my shit.
Yeah, but you should sue the doctor because doctors make bank.
Yeah, I don't think I would be winning that suit though. Is the thing. Doctors have an inherent like, oh wow, I misdiagnosed you, but it turned out well enough where they're gonna be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Made a mistake. Oh well. Although it sucked because she had to open up my elbow a second time to check, and according to the guy she sent me to, she still got it wrong.
No, I'm saying sue the doctor that hit you.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Sue
That's
her.
part of what's happening with the insurance shit.
Yeah. Well, hey.
She wasn't. I don't think she was a doctor. I think she was like a nurse or something.
Was she blonde?
I don't recall. Don't think so.
Because she must be pretty stupid. I mean, because how do you miss a guy that's 6'4"?
Yeah, I know. It's. I don't know how she didn't see me, to be quite honest. My theory is she was looking at her phone.
She was blind. Because I mean, Quinn, if I saw you in a crowd, you're so tall that I think everybody could see you.
Yeah, I'm a tall dude. I mean, 6'2", but yeah.
I thought you said 6'4" one time, so
I've never said 6'4".
Embellish a little bit. Maybe.
I've never said 6'4", dog.
I'm not a dog.
Okay.
So, 6'2", and not even gonna guess the pounds, but
I think last I weighed was like 220.
Wow, we actually weigh the same.
Yeah, no, I've lost weight as well.
I have too.
Yeah, I've seen. I've given you props on that.
Yeah, but beyond my intention though. As I've gotten older, I just can't eat as much as I used to.
Yeah, that and the AIDS keeps the weight off.
Huh?
You heard me.
The age or AIDS?
You heard me, dog. You know what I said.
Well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to happen. It's hard when you have it.
Well, maybe that's why you keep messing up your sound mixes because you have trouble hearing. Heyo.
What?
Exactly.
What?
The Nolan style of mixing your audio. Just don't even bother.
Hey, I mean, I am not the best tech guy because I didn't grow up with. I didn't have good quality internet till I was never. So
Yeah, I get you. It's just these are very simple. Some of these things seem very simple because I've been I've gone to school for it and shit, and I'm just kind of somewhat technically minded.
well, also keep in mind. I mean, some of the Kansas stereotypes are real. Rural Kansas. I mean, I pretty much grew up in Kansas nowhere. Courage the Cowardly Dog is real sometimes. So
It was a great show.
I've
Yeah.
seen a few episodes of that.
Fucking good show.
the last episode sucked though.
I don't remember what that one was.
Like you meet Courage's parents or something, and
I've seen that, I'm sure, and I remember it being actually okay. I don't recall it very much though.
um,
Unmemorable compared to the one with like the fucking
I guess
weird.
I guess unmemorable would be better.
Yeah, because I kind of remember their designs.
You know what's funny about that show? The main old man, the main
Eustace
human character.
Bags.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Rambo Rath.
I never thought that.
Just in terms of fashion, I mean, I don't know if Matt Rat's going to get to that age with the way he yells all the time. Hey-o.
Can you see it though?
You know who he
Not
kind of
really.
you know who also he kind of reminds me of though, Zach?
What?
Your dad.
Actually, the more
My
I
dad?
the more I think about it, the
Yeah,
less I see it. Eustace doesn't wear his caps backwards like a teenager.
Hey, if he is grumpy all the time, then yeah, for sure.
Your
Yeah,
dad,
but Eustace wears his hats like an adult. That's the difference. Hey-o. We
Yeah.
kid here. We kid.
it's a I don't know. Rambo Raff though is probably still honestly, Rambo Raff is still probably one of the last true movie critics, honestly.
I don't know if I'd go so far as to call him that. Like, I don't fucking have a beef with him, but come on.
Well, you did.
No, I never actually had a real beef with him. I was just playing that up for the internet. I was just saying things I thought and didn't actually hate him.
Yeah, hey, I'm kind of curious, what YouTubers have you actually had a beef with?
From my perspective, zero. I don't engage in online beefery because that shit's lame. I engage in talking shit, which I do that a lot. So,
Yeah. I don't know.
but never beef. Beef means I think about someone like in a way that where it's like they're affecting my life. Why would I let someone online do that to me? It's fucking
What-
lame.
I like beef though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fun to watch.
You know my thoughts.
I mean, cows taste good,
Yeah.
just like cheeseburgers do too. Sorry, Zach, I don't mean to be offensive to the vegetarian.
Nah, you do you.
Hey, but although I will sit there and say some vegetarian meals actually do taste pretty good though. Like, like I do like some of the veggie burgers, not bean
Oh yeah,
burgers.
those are good.
Not bean burgers though. That's more of a texture issue, and that's just my stupid autism with that one. So I don't know. Celia.
She's chatty.
Yes, she is a very chatty cat, Celia.
Oh, baby.
Are you gonna meow? Are you gonna meow at my enemy's cat,
Cleo, where are you, baby?
Cleo?
Yep. She had to be rehomed because she was bullying the other cats in her home. And so I got her. Like father, like daughter.
Yeah. Well, this cat. It's kind of a funny story. So my sister moved in, and then she with her and her boyfriend with this cat. The cat just gravitated towards me. So the joke is that I stole my sister's cat. but then the cat just kind of gravitated it towards me. So Celia. So no,
You baby.
you're gonna show the cat.
Well, I don't have my camera attached, so I can't show her.
It's okay, Quinn. Nobody wants to see your pussy anyway.
Yeah, it's true. You're missing out though. She's pretty cute.
Don't you mean it?
No, Cleo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna engage in this hackery. Just so you know, it's fucking wordplay hackery.
Also, he's a wussy.
I will never. I'm going to sandbag you on this shit every time.
Just it's great. At least boobs feel like bags of sand.
Especially when they're on a Green Beret, right?
Oh yeah. No.
That one was so fucking funny. That might be the funniest bit of lore, is that you got tricked into thinking your girlfriend or whatever was a Green Beret.
Yeah.
You didn't at any point look that up,
Well,
and you couldn't have been more wrong about that.
well, she did a lot of. I'm kind of better off that she's not in my life anymore. So.
I mean, I'm still sort of some level of the opinion she never really was.
Well,
But whatever.
We did meet in person, but a couple times and everything. But her last deployment, she got really.
Wait, so you met in person a couple times?
Well, not a couple times. Like, because she was always overseas. We did go on dates, but she.
How many times, like days? I'll give you a day. How many different days were you in the same room together with this woman?
The longest was about a week. But we talked.
No, I'm talking about over the course of your relationship. Like, how many different days did you see each other?
Like it varied sometimes. Like there was some where it was 30 days.
I'm talking about the total.
It's just like 3 years. It's just like 3 years ago now. So like maybe at most there was one that was like 90 days. That's like when we first started. So.
Okay, June, the question I was asking is not how, like, the longest period of time you saw each other. Is the total amount of days in your entire relationship that you saw each other in person.
It's like 2 years ago, dude. I've kind of really blocked her out of my memory. So.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember sometimes what I did yesterday, Quinn. So.
Okay. I'd like to think that I would remember how many days I'd known a person and had seen them in person.
Well, I don't know. She got really weird after her last deployment, so.
Well, you see those Green Berets, they see a lot of shit. They get bullied by the SEALs.
She,
bullied actually might be a low term of what the SEALs do to Green Berets, actually, last I remember. Didn't the SEALs just murder one?
I don't know. She...
Was that an Air Force guy?
Chose a different path in her life that I did not agree with. And not her last deployment, she became a totally different person. It was very awkward and weird. Like, I don't really know if I really believe in, like, I don't know, like, what happened. It was very surreal and strange. Like, it was actually kind of scary. Like, it's like she came back and it was a totally not the woman that I liked.
You think she got MK Ultra'd by her superior officers?
I don't know for sure.
Because they do that shit, dog. There's like the whole Gulf War syndrome.
I don't know. All I know is that this woman was okay, fine. I'll flat out say it. She was a very strong Christian woman. And when I came back, she became a full Muslim.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, she got dick over there. She got dick down in the sandbox.
And then she became, well,
good, mashallah, sister.
She also, she also was a platinum blonde, which I don't really mind. But then she started to like curl her hair more and just like stuff that was just like not her.
What she describes, she has turned. She by the end of the story, she'll have become a Manchurian Candidate style sleeper agent. He's going to shoot the president.
Right. I don't know. It was very surreal, and I just kind of had to.
All honesty, what probably happened? She got, had some fun over in the sandbox, and then decided, hey, I'm going to be a fucking a proper Muslim woman now. I've had my fun, but the time has come. I must show the glory of Allah.
Well, I don't know. She got.
Mashallah, sister.
I don't know. I think she did become. I don't know. I don't know if I really. I need to do more research on MK Ultra Quinn, but put it this way, I wouldn't be surprised, I guess. But I'm not going to sit there.
The thing is how MK Ultra works. Typically, it starts in childhood. I believe that's the most of what that happens is, because children are much more like just technically much more prone to propagandizing. That's part in like Halo. That's why the Spartan program starts when they're children rather than when they're adults, because they are malleable both physically and mentally.
Well, this was. I don't know what happened. She was 30. What? She was 5 years old, still older than me. So 30.
Yeah, it's likely she just got some good dick in Afghanistan or whatever, and she decided to become Muslim because of it.
Well, I mean,
and I say that, mashallah, sister, good for you.
I mean, you know what? If she cheated on me in Afghanistan or wherever.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. That's what happens on deployments, both sides. I'm not saying like, oh, this is a woman thing, women cheat on it. Like, that's what happens in military deployments. There's like a term for it.
Cheating.
Well, no, like for the person who cheats, they like get nicknames, cute little nicknames, because that's just a staple of military life.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
Jenny's?
I wouldn't be surprised because she had a. It was. And then she never wanted. All I remember is she never wanted to go anywhere after that too. She always wanted to stay in the hotel or something like that, and it was weird.
Like, yeah, it sounds weird.
Well, it's almost like she literally came back from her last deployment when we last saw each other. Like, it's like a totally different person. And like, I don't even. I sound like I'm crazy mentioning this stuff, but I it was just like, is this like I thought I was being punked? Honestly, that's how weird it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Quinn?
I guess, sure.
See, he doesn't believe me, so.
I mean, again, I don't think any of us will ever have enough context to really figure this mystery out.
Yeah, well, single now and everything, and maybe I'll just go celibate for the rest of my life,
I mean, all honesty, that's part of my plan, probably. What, am I going to have kids someday? Fuck that. I'm not prepared to raise children.
Yeah, I'm not either. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's not a big deal.
Oh, man, this just turned into a real lame cope session. Damn.
I don't know. I want kids, but I want kids because, somebody has to continue Junebug films after I'm dead.
Do they, though?
Really? That's if they want to, though.
I'll just force them to do it. Come on, continue.
I mean, if they make good money at it, sure. Why don't you just in the most awful retirement home?
I'm gonna be dead by 59. So,
inshallah, you and me both, brother. Let's hope.
No, because my family history is pretty bad. Like males on both sides are lucky if they make it past 70. So
yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, well, I'm probably gonna be dead by like 62, 59, something like that. So, So, well, Zach, at this rate, we should just go for the 4-hour mark, right?
I probably shouldn't, because the GF's going to be calling around 12. So
See, oh, so hey, is Zach's girlfriend fake? Because he has an online girlfriend.
I don't know. I haven't seen his bathroom, so I can't judge whether I think his girlfriend's fake or not.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That's literally one of the big reasons I thought your girlfriend was fake, is because your bathroom was in such horrific condition. I just thought specifically Military Girl would not allow that to happen.
Well, to be fair, I still live with my mom, and that's my mom's bathroom too. So
Yeah, it doesn't make sense why it'd be so fucking messy, though.
you haven't met my mother.
Yeah, that's true.
You think I'm messy? My mother is pretty messy. She's not exactly.
I mean, you could also have been cleaning your own house, dog. The house you lived in. I'm not gonna say I'm like perfect, but fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I also love the excuse you gave for the mattress being on the floor, as if you couldn't just, not show it in the camera lens, like you couldn't just move around it.
Yeah. The Holiday Intruder was probably the worst movie ever made, honestly. No, I can admit it. That was a little bit of the pretentious filmmaker that every one of us has. Every one of us has been a bit of a pretentious filmmaker at some point.
right.
If you have not been bullshit.
It's something everyone goes through.
But then I kind of realized I'm probably not exactly the best director in the world after watching my films. So that's one of the reasons why I decided maybe to be more behind the scenes, more like maybe try to own my own company, because I figured, honestly.
Yeah, but owning a company in and of itself doesn't really have much value. I don't know. I guess that's just the funny thing I thought about it. It's just like, okay, you have a company. Who gives a shit? It doesn't mean much. You just means you started an LLC. I have a company as well, right on target. That doesn't mean it's worth a shit.
You actually have an LLC for?
No, I have not purchased an LLC yet. That's because I don't think there's a value to it yet. I don't have any liabilities to limit currently. I don't find there being value in the statement of I have a company.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess I just want to basically just honestly do what George Lucas did, have his Lucasfilm Limited,
Yeah, but what that is that's just like a legal status.
Yeah.
That limits you from liability. It's nothing. It's not like creatively valuable to have a company.
No, it's not, but I just want to basically, I guess, I just want to use the, and honestly, what I would like to do is, like I said, Junebug. I mean, I have merch, no $13.40 still.
Yep.
And had to take back money on one shirt, but.
No, you didn't. You just did that because you felt it was a weird gesture thing, but you did not have to do that.
I felt it was right.
I can tell you he wouldn't have thought you should have done that.
I know, but I would have probably still not accepted it just because I can't do it on a moral level. So,
All
right. Well, I guess on that note, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here.
All right. See ya. Man, great talk at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you guys for joining. So, hope everyone has a good one. So, take care, everyone.
Let's hope Quinn and I don't kill each other in the back room.
Mm-hmm.
Right.